preserve your past with Legacy Box.
Starting at only $27, Legacy Box is a simple and safe way to digitize your treasured videotapes, film, reels, and photos. They've helped over 1 million families do just that, not to mention everything done by hand right here in Tennessee.
Convert your tapes and film to digital copies that will always be protected from floods, mold, or even the decay of time. We've both relied on Legacy Box to digitally transfer some of our family memories. They do such a great job.
Legacy Box's Black Friday event is here, and they're giving our listeners their best deal of the year. Visit legacybox.com/clay to get 65% off. That's legacybox.com/clay for 65% off at legacybox.com/clay.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
Get ready for Real Talk on the Janelle King Show, where we tackle kitchen table topics that are banned from family gatherings, but crucial for a strong republic. Tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. and every Sunday for an encore episode at 9 a.m. And if you can catch us live, great. But if not, no worries. New podcasts drop every Tuesday on the Podcast Park right here on Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcast. Join us for insightful conversations that matter.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
An Israeli call for a ceasefire. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu recommending that his cabinet approve a ceasefire with Hezbollah in Lebanon, but it's a conditional proposal.
Prime Minister Netanyahu praised Israeli soldiers who have fought for more than a year, but he will now call for an end to the conflict. Through an interpreter, Netanyahu said,
I will bring before the cabinet a ceasefire plan. How long it will be will depend on what will happen in Lebanon.
Netanyahu cites 3 reasons for the call: to focus on the threat of Iran, to replenish Israeli forces, and to isolate Hamas. But Netanyahu warns,
if Hezbollah doesn't follow the agreement, we'll attack.
It's not certain when the ceasefire is proposed to start.
Fox's Gernal Scott. The U.S. has been pushing a ceasefire deal believed to include an initial 60-day pause. We're still awaiting expected remarks from President Biden. The Pentagon says drones seen near U.S. air bases that house U.S. forces in England are being actively monitored and investigated. But spokesman Major General Pat Ryder also says small drones have become relatively common.
It's something that the department has been looking closely at in terms of how it applies to our facilities, our personnel, whether it's in combat zones or outside of combat zones.
He says they're working to protect U.S. assets without assuming every aircraft will be a threat, also declining to speculate on any possible connection to drones near a base in Virginia last year. The former leader of a youth detention center in New Hampshire has just been convicted of holding down a teenage boy while he was raped at the facility in 1998. Bradley Asbury, who's now 70, found guilty on 2 counts of being an accomplice to aggravated sexual assault. The defense suggested the attack never happened, that the victim, now 41, is just out for money. America is listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
We continue now with the marathon session of the Rhino, the Say Hey Kid, continuing from the morning episode here on 106.3. As you know, the Rhino staff abandoned him today, and so the man is forced now to continue broadcasting. They're bringing now another 4 hours of the Rhino, speaking of the
Rhino Radiothon.
My God, man. Poor bastard. I kept trying to call in, but luckily Morning Joe doesn't pay any attention to the phone, so, you know.
Poor Rhino.
Oh, my God.
Radiothon.
And as soon as I realized, wait a minute, they're both gone? Oh, you poor son of a... Sorry, Flounder, I blew the whole intro to the show here. Anyway, it's only me. It's only the Kibber 304. Pete Davis, Flounder, holy smokes. Thanksgiving week. And,
yes, sir.
And so here we go. By the way, this is really stupid. Can you see what this stupid... All right. I've never worn... I got a chill suddenly like 8 minutes ago. And so I put my coat on. But what the hell is with this? This automatically bends in. And it's not, I mean, it's oopsie-daisy, now I can't hear anything. It's cloth. It's not, I mean, it's denim. It's not, I can't change, I can't make it unbend.
You know
where did that come from?
What will help the situation?
Yeah, but
washing it every year or so.
Well, it's just stained.
It's dirty.
It's not dirty.
It wafts of certain smells, which I noticed as soon as you walked in.
It's from the barn, from the stable.
Oh, okay.
Those horses up there need various medications and have ointments that have a certain aroma to them.
How does a horse with no opposable thumbs work a lighter?
It's the ointment kind of the marijuana cream for the horses. Sometimes it's effective.
A salve.
That the owner ladies are, as their one. I can't speak to it. I don't own a horse anymore, so I'm not responsible. All right, it's 3:05. Flounder, how you doing in there, man? Everything all right?
All is well.
How's the lovely Miss Veronica?
She's good. She's furniture shopping. So,
are you guys going? Are you just on the phone all the time, going nuts about finding this and where you get that? And I mean, is a madhouse for a while?
Not really, because she took the week off, so she has the whole week off. Good. So she's kind of going around looking for deals, because Black Friday, a lot of stuff's going to be over 50% off. Yeah. So
here's a conversation snippet I got as I was walking through. It takes about 2 seconds to walk through. Yeah. He's sitting there and he's looking down. He's going, "Yeah, that looks real nice. I don't know where we're going to put it."
Hey, trust me, you don't ever have another choice. Period. It's over. And the stuff that you thought you owned, now trust me. Well, he knows. He's learning. Anyway, well, that's good. That's good. And Pete here with us in the thing. And for the record, we're kind of doing. Well, we're here today, tomorrow, and Thanksgiving is Thursday, so we'll be doing Thanksgiving things. In fact, I found some really interesting kind of historical Thanksgiving traditional things, I think. So I'm going to throw a couple in here. And in fact, for the record, this is a little confusing because Thanksgiving actually would vary on the actual day that it's celebrated, as you can tell because of the calendar. For example, in 1789, President George Washington declared Tuesday as a day of general Thanksgiving for the adoption of the U.S. Constitution. The original Thanksgiving Day, was to say thank you for the adoption of our Constitution. I did not either know that or remember. 1789. Huh. Yeah, a Constitution in 1787.
Well, that's true. When you read that book, Mayflower, he says that the Pilgrims were forgotten for quite a while.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, more on that coming up, too, about there's a whole bunch of the stuff. Anyway, so that was kind of interesting. Also, this was the first, it was also, when he declared that, Washington declared that, it was our first national holiday of any kind, 1789. Then, in same day, 1863, President Abe Lincoln proclaimed November 26th as a National Thanksgiving Day to be celebrated annually on the final Thursday of November. Mm-hmm. This was 1863. Then in 1942, Thanksgiving was officially become the fourth Thursday in November. Just so that's set in stone now. So that's the deal. Anyway, so that's how it kind of changed over the years, including the first Thanksgiving was to celebrate the Constitution. It was not the Pilgrims landing and getting along with the Indians for about a week. Anyway, and by the way, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I almost hate to say because there's one bad incident in the original Thanksgivings that were just. But we'll talk about Squanto. I think was one of the early heroes. Squanto, the first Indian of Thanksgiving. Anyway, so we got a lot of stuff like that. Here's on it. We love phone calls 404-7. And by the way, if you're still in line to hold on for Rhino, he'll be in tomorrow again. Oh my God, the poor bastard being again by himself again tomorrow.
What?
Holy crap, I guess, because they're gone. They're on vacation.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to. Are you going to have line up now because the poor? He really. In fact, you got to come down. You got to come down to the Battery and say we want to be on the show with him. Exactly. We need some help for the poor. Oh, Rhino. Oh my God. Oh God.
Please call.
Oh mercy. Anyway, 309-404-741-1230, 1230. And speaking of Thanksgiving, Pete, I still don't believe this. Frank Lutz, who is he still officially a pollster for
he's
for anybody?
Paid shill is what he is.
He has a thing, and I guess they hire him to do...
he was conservative on Fox, and now he's on NBC. He's liberal.
Yeah. Well, according to Lutz on NBC... let me just... In fact, this is actually... I'm going to read the headline here. Thanksgiving dinner is historically affordable this year.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Here's how the story continues. I'm not making this up. The cost for this year's holiday feast estimated at $58.08. Holiday feast estimated at $58 for a 10-person gathering.
10.
Or $5.81 a head, dropped 5% since last year.
By numbers.
The lowest since 2021. And farm data shows holiday meal staples are collectively at their cheapest after adjusting for inflation in nearly 40 years. Another, if your dollar had the same overall purchasing power as a consumer in 1984, this would be the least expensive Thanksgiving meal in the 39-year history of Thanksgiving surveys.
All right. I bought a 2-pound turkey breast last night.
Yeah.
How much do you think I paid for it?
$1.94.
Higher.
$2.87.
Higher.
$4.09. Higher. $37.14.
$28.
Are you serious?
That's half of the $58 right there just for a 2-pound piece of meat.
Oh, and this was like bones. I mean, this is not the bird. This is just...
Well, okay, it is boar's head, so it's a little more pricey than normal, but still.
Yeah, that would be like $100.
It's about this big. It's 2 pounds. It'll feed me and maybe one other person. It ain't going to feed 10 people, and that's $28. That's almost half of that $58.
Well, I mean, when you're talking $12 or $13 a pound for turkey?
It's insane. A turkey. This isn't like a beef out there. This is turkey.
Wow. And it said, well, Thanksgiving food prices are up 20% since 2019. According to the median household wages, your wages are up too. Oh, please. I mean, I don't know where they come up with this stuff. They just say it like it's real. Do you think anybody listening right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you realize that this is the cheapest thing you're going to be spending on Thanksgiving in 40 years, I'd love for you to call in and tell us how the hell you pulled it off.
Frank Luntz.
Spam, 1 can of Spam for 12 of you.
This is the same guy, Luntz, who throughout the entire campaign told us that Trump was in trouble. He's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so again, you can have figures do anything. Why would they try to? Okay, everybody in America knows one of the basic reasons she lost the presidential election is because the economy, and she had no answers, and it was their fault, and they did it, and everybody's saying we're rebounding against the economy. How can you now turn around and tell the American people this is going to be the cheapest Thanksgiving in 40 years? I mean, we know better. We were in the store. I was there this morning.
It's like the Peanuts cartoon where Charlie Brown is telling about baseball statistics to Lucy.
Yeah.
And she goes, tell your statistics to shut up.
Yeah, right. Eat me. God. All right. Hold everything. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. I got some really funny history stuff, too. I'm really excited about it. Thanksgiving. No, you'll like it. You'll like it. Thanksgiving.
No, it's good news. I just have some bad news.
Oh, no. Do you want to do it now or you want to wait?
Well, I had to replace my rooster with a duck.
I didn't know you replaced your rooster with a duck? What?
Well, no, I wake up at the crack of dawn.
She was
no rim shot.
I thought I was trying to get out suffering succotash. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to. 313, can repeat and flounder. Oh, we've only just begun, people. You haven't seen anything yet, probably. Oh, God, we're in trouble now.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
It was clear that Middle America just isn't going for this razzmatazz Cleopatra on the float. Let's elect her because she's black and female.
Not just that, but blacks and Latinos have woken up.
It meant that the DEI, once and for all, has been proven on a national level. It's not good.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Electrify your senses with user-friendly technology and earth-friendlier power. Meet the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 sedan. Satisfying for both drivers and passengers with innovations that only Mercedes-Benz can deliver. Experience the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 sedan today. Lease one today for just $549 per month for 36 months with $66.93 due at signing. Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models. And visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through December 2nd, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Look out, it's a Kimber. We've got your afternoons covered, all right. And the Morning Extra's got your drive-in from 6 to 10 a.m., too.
I tell you, he could go down as iconic and as influential as Ronald Reagan. And it took a new Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden to foster the environment for that person to be relevant, for that person, Donald Trump, to be in a position to rise to power and have that sort of influence.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Joey. Joey like movies about gladiators. Ever seen a grown man naked?
Ever been in a Turkish prison?
And you know, he when he got the script, and he looked at it and he said, "Oh no!" And his kids, apparently his daughters, Leslie Nielsen, and his daughters, as I recall, it was his daughters, not saying had daughters, and they said, "Dad, you've got to do this. You've got to do this." And he was a bad guy. He was a serious guy. It was oh my! If you look at all the old black and white movies and TV shows of Leslie Nielsen
and Bonanza.
Oh man! Anyway, we'll talk more. We'll understand in a second. First of all, sorry, Flounder, talking over your old music thing here. Look, Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, what a character.
He just put out like his 78th album.
It's outrageous. Willie Nelson in 2010 was arrested for possession of 6 ounces of marijuana in his tour bus traveling from L.A. to Texas. He paid the bail at $2,500. A prosecutor supported not sending. God, I can't talk. I don't know what's going on. Well, I might know what's going on. And not sentencing. Shut up. Not sentencing. It's for Thanksgiving. And not sentencing Mr. Nelson to jail due to the amount of marijuana being small, but said $100 fine, and you're going to have to sing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain for the court, which he did. He sang his song. The only one I really like, he's a little too...
I love that song, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
He's a little too vibrato for me, but I love Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys with Waylon Jennings and stuff. So anyway, Willie Nelson thing. Okay, now also it is Thanksgiving coming up, Thanksgiving week, and I will actually read for you now.
Well, for a second, tell them why you played the airplane thing, just briefly. You don't have to do the whole story.
Well, okay. Well, in fact, that's a good idea. Jim Abrams has passed away at the age of 80. Jim Abrams is the film director and writer behind things like Airplane, Hot Shots, Naked Gun, the whole freaking series. His son Joseph confirmed today he was 80 years old when he passed. His childhood buddies were Jerry and David Zucker. Mm-hmm. So he and Abrams formed the filmmaking trio and popularized the spoof genre of the 1980s, and boy, did they. Kentucky Fried Theater was theirs.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Kentucky Fried
70s.
Movie after that.
Midnight Movie.
It was all,
that was one of the first ones. That was in the 70s.
Yeah, 1971. Well, they founded Kentucky Fried Theater while they all went to college at University of Wisconsin in 1971, where my daughter Sarah went in Madison. Talk about a liberal hotbed. Anyway, that led them to making their film debut with the Kentucky Fried Movie in 1977. Abrams wrote it, the guy who just died at the age of 80. Directed by John Landis, and then John Landis got to make Animal House after the success of that, and then they went on to, it was just one after another. But again, he passed away. Jim Abrams passed away at 80, famous for all those classic, and they're still classics. They're just, they will never be unfunny. They will never, think about that. How many actual kind of, like Naked Gun as a genre last forever, you'd think? They're always going to be funny.
The Marx Brothers are always funny. The Thin Man movies will always be funny. Yeah. And Airplane will always be funny.
There aren't many, though.
Blazing Saddles will always be funny if you can stomach it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And Young Frankenstein, and stuff like that, but there aren't that many. Anyway, on this day, again, since Thanksgiving is coming up, this is not very long, but I'm going to actually read you Abraham Lincoln's Thanksgiving Proclamation. Again, the first one by George Washington was to give thanks to the U.S. Constitution.
How long is this proclamation?
20 seconds. Okay. It's not that much. Besides, I'm going to do it anyway. It's Thanksgiving. Here's what Lincoln said, for God's sake. I bet you never read this. I'll bet you. Oh my God. All right. Flounder, have you ever read Lincoln's actual Thanksgiving Proclamation? Have you ever even seen it?
I've heard of it. I've never read the whole thing.
Hey, Davis, have you ever seen it?
You heard of it 10 minutes ago when he first
That's what I'm saying. I heard of it.
Well, if you hadn't keep interrupting.
What is this, the Rhino Show?
You keep interrupting the Kimmer. I got to fill with something. I'm filling in for Rhino. That poor bastard. And I guess he's going to do it again tomorrow. Oh Lord. He's probably doing one of his whiskey tours right now, I'm fairly sure. Up in the Carolinas or something. Oh, God. Here's Lincoln's Thanksgiving Proclamation. There we go. The population has steadily increased, notwithstanding the waste that has been made in the camp, the siege, and the battlefield, and the country, rejoicing in the consciousness of augmented strength and vigor, permitted to expect continuance of years with large increase of freedom. No human counsel hath devised, nor hath any mortal hand worked out these great things. They are the gracious gifts of the Most High God, who, while dealing with us in anger for our sins, hath nevertheless remembered mercy. It has seemed so me fit and proper that they should be solemnly, reverently, and gratefully acknowledged as with one heart and one voice by the whole American people. I do therefore invite my fellow citizens in every part of these United States, and also those who are at sea and those who are sojourning in foreign lands, to set apart and observe the last Thursday of November next as a day of thanksgiving and praise to our beneficent Father who dwelleth in the heavens. Abraham Lincoln. Holy cow. Talk about a religious...
If Kamala Harris had said that, we'd be laughing. That's a word salad.
Yeah.
But it's 18th
that's what
century
they
or
did
19th century word salad.
In 1861, that's what they did. That's how they wrote.
Well, they were taught Shakespeare and Dickens and the Bible. That's what they knew, King James.
And I used to do, and I haven't done it in a long time, but I maybe did last year, on anniversaries of Civil War things where I read the letters from the soldiers in the Civil War. Thou hast hoped the final breath across thy lips would be mine of whispering the love I have for my... Jesus, God in heaven. I mean, it's unbelievable, these people. Farmers.
And they wrote it out.
Leather workers. Yeah, that long hand with beautiful handwriting. I mean, jeez.
I couldn't do that.
Anyway, so I just a little thinking with the thing here. Okay, I get it. 323, 404-741-1230. Also, they're going to say the Thanksgiving holiday busiest one ever, maybe ever. And, of course, some airports are all closed down. They don't have enough, what do they call the guys in the booth there to tell the planes where to go? Air traffic guys. They don't have enough of those. There's a strike going on. I mean, they predict more than 3 million people going through checkpoints, which will break the record that was set some time ago of just over 3 million.
Where's Pete Buttplug to tell us why transportation is all snarled up?
Yeah, gee, Pete, boy, talk about DEI, equity and inclusion. Anyway.
Speaking of travel, Peach Pass. I finally got the Peach Pass.
Oh my God! It took you what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks to get it in the mail.
You applied what, on a computer? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay,
or on my phone. I think I did on my phone.
But no, you applied electronically, and it took 3 weeks.
3 weeks for a human being to put it in an envelope and send it out.
And so what? Now this is for what? This is to use for what?
For when I drive down here, and everyone's saying you're stupid not to, because you always stop in Woodstock at 5:15 or something like that. Coming in or leaving, Woodstock comes to a complete stop no matter what time of day it is. I don't know why it is.
Again, I don't drive up there. Is this from 575 or what?
It's 575. That's it. I said 515. It's 575 or something like that.
But is that a toll thing? No, it's
like an extension of 75, but it goes northeast.
I've been up there, man. But in other words, this is the express lane, basically?
No, it's not express. The normal one is stopped, but the express lane starting up about 575 is the one I tried today, coming down. Now, of course, it's a bad week for it to judge it because this is Thanksgiving week. It's light anyway. Yeah. But as I came down 75 started backing up, and you're up there by yourself, basically. You're driving in like your own lane they built for you. It's like something out of a movie, and you're up there. There's maybe a car way off in the distance ahead, maybe way behind you. And talk about, this is a perfect place to have one of those self-driving cars, because you got two medians on both sides. You ain't going anywhere, even if you crash.
I haven't even seen it. Is this a separate lane next to the one, or is this off in the woods somewhere?
If you're going down 75, it looks like, I thought it was a MARTA rail the whole time. It's not. That's its own expressway way up in the air, and you're looking down at all the common rabble as you're going by.
I've never been on it. I've never driven by it.
And it was like you just whizzing by. And now here's the bad thing about it.
Well,
I set it in for the battery, right? It says, okay, now merge into 75 and get off at the exit. As I'm merging on 75, I see the exit passing. 6 lanes. I go, oh crap. So I said, well, I'll just catch the next exit, right? Next exit is 40 yards away. I don't know why they're so close. I did, like out of the movies, a 6-lane high-speed drift.
That's sliding. Sideways
and made it.
I bet your Porsche wasn't too happy with that little maneuver.
Or my Porsche.
They don't like you going sideways. They like you doing traction.
They like all kinds of stuff like that. I bet nobody behind me liked it.
No, that
but I tell you what, it was like $2-3 bucks.
I didn't know it going at your own super rail yard.
It's in the middle for most of it, and then you get on 75, it raises up and goes to the right. It looks like a MARTA rail line. It ain't.
I did not know that. I'll be there. Flounder, I'm sorry. Were you trying to get my thing, or was that an accident? I thought I heard a beep.
Somebody in my headphones.
No? Okay.
I've had a woman speak in my headphones
twice now.
Did you hear something too?
Yeah. I heard it myself.
A woman?
Yeah, it's a woman's voice.
I heard a noise in my headphone, and I saw a flag. I thought maybe you were trying to get her attention. That's kind of interesting.
That's you guys. Y'all are just weird.
I didn't do anything. I sat right here. I swear to God, watch me on YouTube. Are you on YouTube?
Yes, we are.
There you are. So I defend myself. All right, let's do one more. You want to do one more TV thing? Let's do one more TV thing.
We also have something special today.
Oh, we're going to do it after 3:30.
Okay.
A special. I just, it's Thanksgiving, and we're so thankful for the love that you keep showing us. And by golly, we're gonna show you the best way we can how much we appreciate your love and your care. And we're going to give a little something back to you in a few minutes. Coming up. 327. Give her Pete and Flounder. Yada paduta. We got border fights. We got all kinds of crap. But also we got this Landman. I got to get these apps. I got to get these fingernail apps and the watch apps and the eyeglasses apps. And
Peacock.
That's why I don't have the Peacock app. I don't have the app. I don't have to get the phone or whatever you have to get. Anyway, this new series Landman by Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan's the guy who did Yellowstone in 1923. And now he's got this new hit TV show, which I think either has started or you can stream it.
It started. 1 or 2 episodes already.
First 2 episodes, I guess, are available, and you can get it on wherever. Get it on Peacock, is that what you said?
It's somewhere easy to get.
Actually, in fact, I think I got the thing. Here, just very quickly.
Yeah,
again,
just use your smart TV.
I think I have one of those. I should probably figure out how to use it.
Don't you have to be?
Well, I don't know. I would have to have some hot college babe or something with a granddaddy fetish come over to my house and show me how to set up all the stuff. So I have like 9 new remotes and have to try to find 9 different guides to find out what's on. I mean, it would be a freaking nightmare.
You have no idea what impact you have in the community.
I have no impact on anybody.
I was talking to a friend of mine. No. My friend down in Lake Oconee says that every month when he writes his $60 check to his cable company, he thinks of you, and he's thankful that he's not you.
Yeah. How much am I writing to Comcast every month, ladies and gentlemen? $311.
You're insane.
Comcast, $311. Xfinity, my friends, for internet and TV.
$110 for me. I pay $110 for internet and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so when I get this eyeglasses app to go watch Landman on Peacock,
wherever it is,
the thing. All right, here's the deal. The new show is set in the proverbial boom towns of West Texas and based on an 11-part podcast called Boomtown, the West Texas world of oil rigging. The main character, Tommy Norris, he tapped Billy Bob Thornton, who starred in the Sheridan series 1883. That was the follow-up to the beginning. That was the pre-Yellowstone, I think, wasn't it? 1883? Yeah. The star-studded cast also includes Demi Moore and John Hamm as Cammie Miller and Monty Miller, a power couple in the oil industry. Allie Larder plays Norris's ex-wife. So Norris is the star, oil guy, and Demi Moore and John Hamm are power couples in the oil industry. The first episode... I try to keep the oil companies and business running on the ground and everybody happy. Then there's a horrible tragedy. Second episode, how do they deal with the tragedy? Managing family affairs, stuff like that. Somebody moves in to the house. And here we go. It's kind of like a nighttime soap opera, Texas Oilman thing. Okay, this is what I think is so funny. I couldn't believe this. It's on Paramount. Landman is available to stream on Paramount Plus. Now, I don't know if I have it on the bottom of my TV set, but I don't know how to get it. Anyway, Paramount Plus, every Sunday episode. Okay, here's what's killing me. Billy Bob Thornton got a phone call from the writer. And Billy Bob Thornton described his initial conversations with Sheridan about taking on Landman in an interview with the magazine. Here's what he said. He said, "I'm writing a show for you. It's called Landman." Billy Bob Thornton says, "He told me what it was about, and I said, wow, that's interesting. We've not seen that world before." You've never seen the Texas oil boom world before? Oh, my God. Dynasty. Dallas.
The movie Giant.
All of them. Rock Hudson's last thing. And
1950s.
Oh, my God.
James Dean's last movie.
Marilyn Monroe with, what was
Elizabeth Taylor.
No, that was Giant. Elizabeth, yeah. No, what was the one with Marilyn Monroe? Oh, maybe it's different. But there's a million of them. I tell you. How about No Country for Old Men, for God's sakes? And then the other one was Takeoff on that, too. I mean, anyway. So anyway, I thought it was good fight. So that's on, and it's a big deal. And if I had that Peacock, I'd watch it. All right, 3:31. God, is it 3:31 already?
Yeah, it's 3:30. Time for the whatever news. Or
we're going to do something special. Coming up.
Okay.
For you, the little people. And we got news, the border stuff, the border fights, and the Democrats are not giving up. We haven't done any news stuff, but it's coming up. And thumbing their nose at the Republicans and the whole deal. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 3:31 on 106.3. Here we go. Happy Tuesday.
The latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live live events, and so much more. Follow at Extra1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Hey, y'all, the time to start wrapping up those fall lawn care needs is now. Let's get that work finished with the help of an Exmark mower from Howard Brothers. Exmark's durability and precision will keep your lawn looking its best, even as the seasons change. From leaves to late season growth, Exmark mowers cut through it all, helping you finish the lawn work faster. Stop by your local Howard Brothers for your new Exmark today. Their friendly team can tell you all about why Exmark is the perfect mower for your needs this season and beyond.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Sonders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
What's up, Atlanta? It's Ben Burnett, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show. Each and every weekend, right here on Extra 106.3, we unpack all the week's events. We talk about all the issues with a local Atlanta-based flavor. You can catch me each and every weekend, Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at noon. If you ever miss an episode, you can go to the podcast park or wherever you download all of your content, and I'll be right there. Thanks for listening to the Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Butler Snow.
This giving holiday season, what better way to say thank you for your service than to help veterans and their families find success after military service through the Warrior Alliance? Your support helps to connect warriors to services in critical areas such as housing, benefits, legal services, health and wellness, employment, and much more. The Warrior Alliance is changing thousands of lives for the better. In fact, the Military Times has ranked the Warrior Alliance the #1 nonprofit in the nation in their 2024 Best for Vets survey. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org/donate.
Life takes a toll on all of our bodies. It's inevitable and part of growing older. Whether it's sitting for hours at our computers or working a physical job, our bodies pay the price. It's hard to accept, but at some point, the pain gives us no choice. Now, we can't turn Father Time back, but there is an effective way to turn back the clock on pain, and that is Relief Factor. It was developed by doctors, and Relief Factor helps support your body's response to inflammation. And the difference, instead of masking pain, Relief Factor helps eliminate it for good, and it's 100% drug-free. If the pain that comes with living a full life is affecting you, do what I've done. Turn back the clock on pain with Relief Factor. Their 3-week quick start is $19.95, less than $1 a day. And when you feel good, it's amazing how much more you can get out of life. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF. Try it for $19.95. While we can't stop aging, not yet, we can stop pain with Relief Factor.
Baby's good to me, you know she's happy as can be, you know she said so.
That's the early Kimmer Beatles.
I'm in love with her and I feel fine.
2000, the Beatles went to #1 on the album chart with the Beatles 1, featuring virtually every #1 single release from 1962 to 1970. This was 2000. It was the 30th anniversary of the band's breakup. Their first compilation available on 1 CD. The world's best-selling album of the 21st century. Sold 31 million copies. Holy cow. I should get that. Well, I don't have a record player anymore, so that's pretty stupid. Anyway, what? Shut up. That's a 350-42. What is it? 336. Leave me alone.
How many times did you just give?
I don't know.
It's 4-4-3. It's 8:36.
I'm in the holiday mood.
You've already checked out.
Shut up. Yeah. Hee-ho-ha. All right. Oh, if you want to hear a funny story, our birthday list, Mikey Tuttle. 46 years old, from American Chopper. Did you ever watch? You probably never watched that show.
I did watch that show.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Flounder, did you ever watch American Chopper, making the choppers from TV?
I watched the beginning. It got kind of...
They yell at each other all the time.
That's all they did. Because the one son was the was gifted, and he could kind of build the motorcycles. Him and his dad had a really
a fractious relationship. His
dad was a jerk.
But again, but my point was, you knew about the a motorcycle chopper building TV show, and so did Flounder. Back then, when these things were, it was unbelievable. Back then, I had a chopper built at Earl Smalls Harley Davidson, which is closing as Hellbender this coming Saturday. Anyway, and the history of the chopper, my chopper's been dead. The engine blew out. It's a Jim's Screaming Eagle engine on it, but it all blew out. Anyway, it was a custom-made chopper. It was a very expensive chopper, as it turned out. Most of it I got in trade, so I didn't pay $72,000 for it. But it's worth about $2,000 right now because it doesn't have a... And again, here's the thing. Here's what's so funny. It's a long story, and I may be able to tell you about this later. A friend of mine's trying to figure out if he can find some way to have a mechanic, to fix it up for not much money, to see if it's possible I could ride it one more time before I die, basically. Okay, so I was talking to him, and I said, it's not going to happen. There's no way. There's no... If I say go ahead and fix it, and then I will pay the bill, or if you pay the bill, if I sell the chopper to give you back the money for fixing it, I said, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. And so he said, well, I don't know. So we talked to the guy who was a chopper builder, and the guy, again, my chopper, I'm talking, back then, all those Tuttle choppers were all $100,000 motorcycles.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, and mine was $72,000. Okay, so it's this guy's shop, and he's talking. My friend is talking to him, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, choppers right now these days are going for about $3,000." I mean, just, holy cow. And again, Harley Davidson, I mean, they went woke, and then nobody's buying 40-year-old people. Problem. 40-year-old guys aren't buying, guys in suits aren't buying them. Anyway.
And you know what? I got neighbors, and they're Texas good old boys, and they drive Hondas.
Yeah. Well, everything's changed. Yeah. Anyway, I just threw it in as kind of an aside. Okay, let's do. Shall we do a little something interesting and cool here, you boys? It's 3:38. Me. Flounder at your leisure, sir. And now, another edition of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse. A special Thanksgiving Day edition where we endeavor to bring just the teeny, tiny, tedious little ray of otherwise dreariness into your miserable lives of you, the little people. Today's episode, and the dog goes meow. Yes, the scene. It's Thanksgiving morning at Ye Old Farmhouse. Farmer Brown strolls into his house with a Thanksgiving turkey still alive under his arm. The farmer looks at his wife and says,
"This is the pig I've been sleeping with."
Wife Brown looks at her husband and replies,
"That's a turkey, you idiot."
"I wasn't talking to you."
And scene. Oh, no. Oh, look at the YouTube people. They're standing and clapping. And no, keep your tops on, girls. God, they're throwing their bras. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, honestly, this is our, you do us the joy of us having to give you a little something in return. Honestly, I don't, and Thanksgiving, and boys, happy Thanksgiving with love from Not the Kimmers. Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse for another edition for you, the little people, on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And 3:40. I feel so much better whenever you... Pete Davis, wonderful opportunity once again.
Funny, Flounder seems to be picking all the best lines.
He always gets the good lines.
He gets all the lines.
Well, he's still got to keep the girl happy. He's got the guy's got to keep the girl happy. I'll give them the best stuff because that's the hardest job. So that as it should be. So I know.
Well, we've already gotten some feedback. Kristen on Twitter says, "What the hell did I just listen to?"
Thank you. You try it, lady. No, I'm sorry.
It's not easy. We don't just wake up and write these in 5 minutes.
Can't just find these on the internet
That's
or anything.
Exactly what we do.
At 1:30. At 1:30, he wanders in.
Let's do a rainy day theater. Yes. And Pete says, okay.
1:35, he walks off to go to the printer.
A special Thanksgiving one, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kristen, what the hell and she has Peter Griffin driving his car over a cliff.
Oh, mercy. Actually, I will do a little Thanksgiving here thing, which is kind of, I think.
Before you do that?
Yeah.
Patricia says, my 15-pound turkey was 49 cents a pound, $7.35 a pound. It was $49, $7.35 a pound.
for turkey?
Bread was $1.49 per loaf. That's cheap.
I have no idea what that.
And some other stuff that she bought. $7.35 a pound for a turkey.
That just seems outrageous. Is that just the whole bird? I mean, is that the whole bird? Because that's outrageous. If they cut it and do a special thing, they charge you more for the butcher working on it.
That's why I bought.
But if they just throw it in a bag and it's $50 for 7-pound turkey, that's outrageous. Oh my God! And they say it's cheaper. No. All right, hold on. I got a little Indian thing here. I want to do a thing if I can only find the thing here. So where can't I find it? Here, you dirty rotten. No, here it is. Here we go. In celebration of good happiness of Thanksgiving time stuff. Who was Squanto, and what was his deal in the first Thanksgiving anyway? Well, for generations, a dominant cultural narrative of Americans' Thanksgiving holiday was how a Native American man named Squanto showed the Pilgrims how to get food after they arrived in the Mayflower in 1620. Having fled their native England, hardship in their journey and adjustment to the new land. In fact, you have no idea unless you've read Mayflower. And in fact, a lot of them stayed on the boat, and like 80% of them tried to get back to England because they said, we can't take this. Anyway, the native people gathered with them in a feast of gratitude, establishing the time-honored tradition of having a Thanksgiving dinner on the fourth Thursday of November. Well, the details of the mythologicalized story are far more complicated. The life of Squanto, whose actual name was Tisquantum, he and his indigenous relatives would have been quite familiar with the tradition of Thanksgiving because it was and still is an essential aspect of their regular spiritual practices, one that predates by many generations the actual American holiday of Thanksgiving. But again, in history, will tell you, thank God the Indians were available to have this sort of communal growing of the feast and the harvest and so forth. But it wasn't until the Pilgrims and the original settlers learned how to take care of their own land, because when they started getting a whole commune type thing, the people who didn't feel like working didn't feel like doing much, and so then the guys who were doing all the work said, "Wait a minute, this isn't really fair." And all of a sudden they realized you can't just all get together and hope forever and ever that everybody will pull their fair share. It didn't happen that way, and it wasn't until the colonialists said, "No, wait a minute," and that's when a lot of trouble started.
It was socialist at first.
Yeah, exactly what it was.
And then they starved.
But it didn't work.
And they said, well, okay, now you're going to do your own plots.
Yeah. And then when you take care of yourself, this is 400 years ago.
Yeah, so, and Squanto, his story is amazing. Here you are, you've landed in the new world. In walks this half-naked savage, and he greets you in your language. This is 1620. He's going, "Hey, how you doing?" And you know why he wandered in the village? He had been captured and taken to Europe as a slave. And he had learned English in England and then was brought back. I don't know how he got away from being a slave. He had developed a taste for beer. And he walked in there to say, "Hey, you guys got any beer?"
I'll be damned. What a great story.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share.
Well, you had to work for it, kid. Little rugrat bastard. I have to say, I really like the fact that you can say the word bastard on the radio once in a while. I mean, seriously, it's not, I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while, it's just appropriate. It just feels good to say that word.
That podcasting spoiled all of us.
Oh, I know it. Oh, my God. I wish I got, as the founder of a failed business opportunity, I wish there was some way how we could have done that. Oh, rats. Anyway, whatever. Hold on. 3:45 already. Good Lord.
We should have gone to business school first.
We should have gone. Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah, they would have had a how-to whole section on how to Kimmer do a podcast with his buddies. 3:45. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. Flounder's Funnies coming up. Pete's Tweets and sports. Holy crap. And we got it all set. Kimmer, music. And hey, Thanksgiving. I got it.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort for the fall and winter. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your furnace running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. Turn to the experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, and carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947 and one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers like Jennifer and the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated nearly $320 million to charities like the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community. And during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event, you can drive away in the Subaru model you've had your eye on all year. But now through January 2nd is the only time you can get a new Subaru, and Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $250 to a charitable cause of your choosing. It's just one way that we share the love this holiday season. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com for details and start shopping for the Subaru that your family will love for years to come. Then come by and see us for a test drive and meet our staff. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, the Marketing Mad Men. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Mad Men every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on Extra 106.3.
We're good. Let's see what I want to do here. We'll do that one. Oh, no, I won't do that one. Hold on. Give Flounder and the Eagles. There we go.
A whole lot of people crying, don't blame me. They point the crooked little fingers, everybody else. Spend all the time feeling sorry for themselves.
It's 1994. Eagles 2-week run at number 1 with Hell Freezes Over, baby. Get over it, baby. It's a reference to a quote by Don Henley after the band's breakup in 1980. This is 1994. He commented the band would play together again. Get over it, baby. Birthday list. Hafthor Bjornsson is 36 years old. He played the Mountain on Game of Thrones.
Flounder, could you find Twisting by the Pool by Dire Straits, which came out about a decade earlier than this Eagles song?
Oh, we got to do a little
Twisting by the Pool?
Twisting by the Pool.
By Dire Straits, compared to the Eagles, compared to what were we doing here?
This Eagles song you just played.
Hell broke over there? Hell freezes over?
This song is called Get Over It, but let me get
Over It.
1 second. Let me get
the album was Hell Freezes Over. The song is Get Over It.
We're going on a holiday now. Going to take a very small chalet. Costa del Magnifico, yeah, the Costa.
Now play the Eagles song.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to take him a second.
This one has an edgier guitar sound, but I think it's like the same riff.
Same rhythm beat, kind of. Well, it'd be pretty hard to never copy anybody else's rhythm beat.
There's copying, and then there's...
Well, maybe. Has this been a thing? I mean, is
no,
this actually...
I don't think so.
You just kind of know that on your own?
I think so.
I like Dire Straits. What's that? Money for Nothing, Chicks Are Free. Is that them? Yeah, they have a couple. I can't remember the names of the things.
Big fan, are you?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
name the main guy at Dire Straits.
I don't have to know names. All I know is when I bought
You're
this.
above names now.
All I know is when I took that little hottie girl to laundry who
Oh, here we
recognized
go.
me from being on TV in San Francisco, and I took her for a ride on my motorcycle over to Mill Valley and Sausalito and all those little fun places on a weekend, and bought her that CD of Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, The Chicks Are Free.
Yeah, we heard this story last week.
She rewarded me
Every
$351. And well, I'm not even.
You said you didn't consummate that deal.
Oh, no, I consummated the hell out of that one.
All right. Well, that story's changed then. It's got a different climax.
No, there was the one she got in a fight with at the laundromat. Anyway, I'm sorry. All right, 352. Let's not talk about the Kimmer anymore. I can't take the stories. Let's see.
I just think it's weird that we were both in California at the same time. What was that all about? That's weird.
It's the only job I could find. I was in Chicago and got my divorce, and I had to find a job. That's because they'd replaced me with a woman. That's back when they had to have a girl on all the anchor teams, and so I was expendable.
Did they need a straight man in San Francisco?
They did. They needed a guy. You know, but did I ever tell this story? In fact, this was 1980, and for a while, oh my, I feel such an idiot. I actually used to have a pair of saddle shoes that were navy blue and kind of that cream color saddle shoes. Okay, and I wear them with a navy blue blazer and a loud tie or something and khaki pants, whatever. Okay, gray slacks, whatever. So one day in San Francisco, I realized the first day I got there, I'm standing at a corner waiting for the newspaper to be delivered or something, and all of a sudden these gay guys in a car driving by whistling and talking about how much they like my shoes, and I thought, well, I'm not wearing these anymore. I mean, I was a whole awakening. I mean, oh my God. Your dentist has green hair and a nose ring and ear. I mean, it's just, oh my God. I couldn't believe, I mean, it was just a shock.
Everything it was like you were 10 to 15 years ahead of where anything else going on in the rest of the country.
Just really shocking. Okay, 353, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Mexico says, oh yeah, we're going to fight back. Well, Donald Trump's guy, the Trump czar, says Donald Trump says we're going to impose a tariff of 25%. And we're going to keep it on until you stop letting people over here and responsible for the fentanyl and the drugs, they have a girl Mexico president now, Claudia Sheinbaum. Her name is Sheinbaum.
Yeah.
Claudia Sheinbaum is the president of Mexican President Sheinbaum.
That's correct, sir. Nice Mexican girl.
Yeah. Anyway, she... how the hell? Well, I whatever. Anyway, the main exporters from Mexico to the U.S. are General Motors, Stellantis, that's a car company, and Ford, which arrived 80 years ago. She says, why put in place a tariff that puts them at risk? Responding after Trump, she says, you'll put a tariff in effect too, all the stuff we get from Mexico. And she said, we've taken steps to flow the immigrants and the caravans that Trump claimed were headed toward America already no longer make it to the border. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, I've seen the freaking video, lady. Who are you kidding? You don't think there's been a freaking difference in the last 4 years?
If we can have a president named Obama, they can have a president named Sheinbaum.
Yeah, good point. Especially with the middle name Hussein. And by the way, Mexico, Canada purchasers of U.S. goods almost $900 billion this year. And also, let's remember this too. Bill Clinton deported, I think it was 10 million illegal invaders. Barack Hussein Puditat deported 6 million illegal invaders. I think Trump only deported about 3 million the first time, and now he's saying we're going to deport a whole bunch more, and they're going nuts. I don't know why he doesn't. Every single news conference, Donald Trump should play the 20-second soundbite of Barack Hussein Puditat in 1980, whatever it was, running for president, saying, we've got to shut our border. This is just it's ruining America. We've got to stop these people from sneaking across into our country. And the same thing with Bill Clinton. We've got to stop these illegal aliens coming into America. It's not right. It's not the American way, and show the Democrats we're in charge of all of it. I mean, tie up your nose, buddy. I mean, just turn it right around on him. My God.
Obama was 2008 saying that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, he ran for president on it, and then he kept repeating it.
Deported millions of people.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden the mayor of Denver, by the way, there's another one now in California. The mayor of Denver, he says, we're not going to cooperate. This is the guy who said there'll be a Tiananmen Square, called on 50,000 Denver residents to battle the federal authorities if they come for the illegal criminals. And the Denver mayor now is backing down a little, he's not backing down saying we're against it, we're not going to help you. But he's now saying, he said, well, I wish I hadn't said Tiananmen Square. But that's Denver, still says says, we're not going to help you. I'm willing to go to jail. And Tom Homan says, fine, if you're willing to go to jail, I'm willing to put you in jail.
Well, the Tucson mayor is a woman. She says she's going to get her police to stop the feds.
Yeah. I don't believe for a minute that the city of Tucson Police Department will raise their guns and stand in a line against federal authorities trying to come into town to arrest, to take away criminals.
No, not illegal criminals. Illegals that have committed crimes here and overseas.
Yeah, there are hundreds of thousands of them, and we know who they are, apparently.
Murderers, rapists.
Go get them.
And the police are going to stand there and defend them?
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, Redwood City, this is in California. Redwood City just voted not to help ICE. We're not going to help you. We're not going to.
They haven't helped ICE in decades.
But I mean, as of today, making it official again. We're going to do everything you can to hurt Donald Trump. They haven't stopped for 8 years.
Okay, Colorado, California, and Arizona. You want to open up this states' rights box?
Yeah.
This Pandora's box of states' rights.
Let's do that.
And you'll knock the feds down a bit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. How much federal money is expendable and up to a presidential veto or just a line item thing?
If all the states can just defy the federal government, it'll be the end of the federal government.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's good. We're not going to let that happen. 357.
See how things have switched now?
I know.
Now we're defending the feds.
Yeah, right. When's the last time you heard that? Oh, there's our signal for Nucky's Hoagies to bring us Flounder's Funnies here with a musical accompaniment. But first, when he got there...
Do the announcements for getting on the plane. It's always the same, like, first class people, you're welcome to board first class. First class, Sky Elite status, Sky Team, Sky members, One World Alliance members, Platinum Plus, Platinum First Class. All the successful people, go ahead and get on the plane right now. If you've ever done anything with your life, thank you for being born. We love you all. Please get on the plane at your leisure. We'd like to continue boarding with the unwashed masses. The unwashed masses. All you gypsies, tramps, and thieves, it's your turn to put your shoes on and grab whatever you travel with. Grab your chickens and your milk crates. It's your turn to get on. It's us, honey. We gonna
fly the air.
Who the hell is that, Flounder?
That's Mr. Tim Hawkins.
Oh, a very funny individual. Let's see. How about a Thanksgiving joke or one? These are pretty bad, but actually there's a site for Thanksgiving jokes. And actually, this one I thought was fairly amusing.
Mm-hmm.
How many cooks does it take to stuff a turkey? Only one, but you have to really squeeze them in there. That's stupid. If the Pilgrims were still alive today, what would they be most famous for? Their age. Sorry.
Day and a half more of this, huh?
Oh, I got 1 billion of them. I shot my first ever turkey for Thanksgiving this year. Scared the crap out of everybody in the grocery store, though. Yes. Look out. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. Give her Pete and Flounder. 404-741-1230. This turkey's getting any bigger? No, they're dead, man, as we showed last week. Anyway, 404-741-1230. Happy Tuesday, and there's a lot more of this coming up, too. I should warn you now.
Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3 FM.
This is a Fox News alert. A ceasefire wins approval. I'm Lisa Brady. President Biden says both Israel and Lebanon have accepted a deal that calls for the Lebanese army to retake control of their own territory from Hezbollah, which has been firing rockets at Israel since the day after Hamas attacked Israel, spurring fighting in Gaza. In recent months, Israel has targeted Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Let's be clear. Israel did not launch this war. The Lebanese people did not seek that war either, nor did the United States.
President Biden says under the new agreement, Israel will gradually withdraw and civilians on both sides will be able to return home. But he says Hezbollah's infrastructure in Lebanon will not be allowed to be rebuilt.
If Hezbollah or anyone else breaks the deal and poses a direct threat to Israel, then Israel retains the right to self-defense, consistent with international law.
The Security Cabinet in Israel just approving the deal. President Biden also says Hamas now has a choice, and he pledges another push for a ceasefire in Gaza. The UK deploying about 60 personnel to determine who's behind recent drone swarms near military bases used by U.S. forces in England. A senior British official just confirming the personnel deployment to Fox News. A senior U.S. official tells Fox they don't appear to be drones used by hobbyists. The Pentagon doesn't go that far.
Right now, the assessment is that these drones have had no operational impact or safety impact on our personnel at any of these facilities. We're keeping a close eye on them. We're, of course, communicating very regularly with the UK host nation authorities.
Major General Pat Ryder, the Pentagon spokesperson, also not speculating on a possible connection to last year's incidents in Virginia when drones flew over Langley Air Force Base for more than 2 weeks. Wall Street rallies, the Dow up 123. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Freaking jeans that sit at the waist. They're all too freaking low. You know, if you were 20 years old and weighed, 109 pounds, those little skinny ass jeans are fine down below your butt. But I have to have my clothes at the freaking waist.
Underneath my nipples.
No, at the waist, the belly button area there. Oh, sorry. Testing. 403. I'm sorry. It's my fault entirely. 403. Tim repeat louder.
Into the distance, ribbon of black.
You know, I like this overlaying sound, the wave of sound they do. And Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. Very good. I don't know much about Pink Floyd, but I love this sound, that kind of flowing wave.
David Gilmour is all you need to know.
You can hear up high, they go.
You're making the song worse. I mean, jeez.
He's hearing things that I'm not hearing.
Okay, fine.
It's a good song. There's David.
Anyway. Good production. Whoever produces these things, knew what they were doing. That's a nice one.
This is the first one. This is the first album they did without Roger Waters.
Thank God.
Really? 1988, Pink Floyd, Russian cosmonauts aboard Soyuz 7 took the cassette, minus the cassette box, because it weighed too much, of the Pink Floyd album Delicate Sound of Thunder, played it in orbit. Russian cosmonauts in 1988, making Pink Floyd the first rock band to be played in space. David Gilmour and Nick Mason both attended the launch of the Russian cosmonaut in 1988. Pink Floyd.
Adam Parsons.
I don't know that. I like this song. It's a really good song.
Like that. What was that? Dark Side of the Moon. That was Alan Parsons who produced that.
I didn't know it. What's the name of this particular thing?
Learning to Fly.
Learning to Fly.
It's a good song.
I really like it. I don't know what it's about, but I like the music of it. And there were like 3 or 4 different level notes that kind of answered each other. I'm sorry, I know these things. And as a former first-year trombone player, mister, and
brass rules,
captain of the football team as well. It's kind of a different story. Okay, on this day in history, I thought this was fairly what? You can mock me all you want.
I wasn't mocking.
There you go. Well, in our family growing up, we all had to play an instrument.
A baritone and piano for me.
Now, Flounder, did you ever have to play an instrument?
I played piano. I played piano for a minute.
Was it a thing that your parents said they wanted you to learn music?
Yes.
We took lessons.
And again, I wonder when that stopped. I'll bet no one's even ever thought of a family saying, "Oh yeah, we have to learn how to play an instrument."
She bought a piano. I still have the piano. She bought a piano and put it in the living room, and we all had to learn. My sister and I had to learn. I don't think my younger brother had to. And a little old lady over at Candler McAfee Road every Thursday afternoon we go over there.
Yeah. I could play not only chopsticks, I could play the theme to Davy Crockett. Born on a mountaintop of Tennessee.
The only thing I remember is Hungarian Rhapsody by Tchaikovsky or one of those guys. Yeah.
Oh, mercy. Anyway, on this day in 1942, the film classic Casablanca premieres. Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman. Bogart's character, Rick, never says the famous line, "Play it again, Sam." Here is the actual exchange. Rick, "You know what I want to hear?" "No, I don't." "You played it for her, you can play it for me." Sam says, "Well, I don't think I can remember." "If she can stand it, I can. Play it." He never said, "Play it again, Sam."
No, she had to, basically beg the guy to play it.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I just the other night it was on again, and I DVR'd it, so I have it in my history. It's one of the great, that scene of Always Have Paris. I mean, honest to goodness, it's the most silliest, most basic, wonderful dialogue that you in 60 seconds that you could.
They were writing it as they were doing the movie. They didn't know what it was going to be like.
In fact, they had a different ending where he arrested him, as I recall. They had 2 or 3 different endings and played it for audiences. And the one where We'll Always Have Paris, I mean, wow, boom, pow. And he walked off, We'll always be friends. Like it's the beginning of a wonderful friendship, or beautiful friendship.
The fact that they went in there not knowing what they were going to, and as they were doing it, they were writing the lyrics, not the lyrics, but the script as they were doing it.
Yeah. Well, again, this is also, World War II which has been underway for several months. So, holy cow! I mean, what a great movie. All right, 404-741-1230. How's it going? 404-741-1230. What?
I'm shocked to find out there's gambling in this establishment. Quick, my winnings.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. More Thanksgiving stuff come up here. A quick update. Not a particularly happy story about the 2-year-old girl we mentioned yesterday, and if you haven't seen that video, they're playing another set of videos again. I saw it this morning, and honest to goodness, it's just breaking my heart. I saw a video again this morning of a police or sheriff's deputy, and he was going down the line of all these kids. And so he's got one little girl, and he says to her, "How old are you, little girl?" And she says, "I'm 10. And he walks to the next little girl. He says, How old are you, sweetheart?" She says, 7. And he says, he starts asking me if their mommy and daddy are there. "No, but my uncle's over there." And that's how the sex traffickers get them. When the families send their kids, these are coyotes. This is unbelievable. I mean, look at these by themselves.
I know.
7 and 10 and 2 years old with a note.
Democrats were perfectly fine with it.
God.
Perfectly fine with this.
They weren't fine with it 10 years ago and 20 years ago. They weren't fine with it.
When Republicans were in office, no, they hate it.
Good Lord. And again, here's the problem. This little girl, the 2-year-old from El Salvador with a little pink coat and the note, will most likely be released to Health and Human Services, which will try to find a guardian. If they can't find a guardian, their relatives will not be maybe tracked down in El Salvador. If they can't find them or can't get them together, then the government care will begin in the United States in Health and Human Services, trying to find, orphanages or whatever they need to take care of the 2-year-old girl. This is, hell, I'll adopt her. If I had any money, I'd adopt her and just hire a full-time nanny to just do it the right way. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, seriously, how this is just outrageous.
They've lost hundreds of thousands of these kids.
Literally 320,000 migrant, illegal, immigrant kids are lost. Yeah. They don't know where they are.
If this was Trump president,
this is what that we know of.
That would be the nightly news lead story every night. Where are these kids?
And here's the other thing. This expert in this border business policy says children are often threatened by the traffickers not to divulge to law enforcement at the border that they're in danger, making detecting the abuse a nearly impossible task. Her agency does little besides a phone call to try to verify a child is where they say they're supposed to end up. We pick up the phone. We don't know anybody on the other end. We don't know what they're doing. There's no DNA testing. There's no, nobody knows where they're going. Nobody knows how to question anything. It's a nightmare. They just get released, and then, my God, how'd you like to start your life off like that? And the family thinks you're doing something good for the kid by getting him into America this way? Well, maybe in the long run, but again, it's just, how could you? I don't know how you could do it. I really, is life so bad in El Salvador that you would send your 2-year-old freaking daughter on her own to a foreign country? Just say, somebody take her and watch out for her if you don't mind, would you? Good God!
All cultures are the
seriously.
same.
It takes a village to raise a child, yeah. Oh, man, unbelievable. 411. I got kind of a weird, funny story for you here. I just found it a little while ago. I know I got to find it. Hold just give me a second. Just a second. Come here. Here it is. I got it right here. Do you know what Blue Origin is? I guess it's a...
Blue who?
A Blue Origin. It's a website, and it does... it's a TV science program.
What?
And Blue Origin has now been forced to talk about wokeness and what's going on in America these days. Blue Origin is forced to take down video of a female astronaut's reaction to being in space. And here's why. The clip shows astronaut Emily Calandrelli's candid reaction to being in space after the post was attacked by misogynistic internet trolls. Calandrelli is 37, a science TV program host and aerospace engineer, and she became the 100th woman in space the other day aboard one of the company's ships. She was brought to tears by critics of the short video, which just showed her floating upside down in zero gravity as she stared out at Earth from a window. Quote, "That's our planet. Oh my God, this is space." Full of emotion in the clip. Almost immediately, thousands of hateful netizens posted comments targeting her, including about her looks. One guy said, "It's not an achievement being a woman," talking about the MIT grad. Another said, "Gee, would you consider yourself the hottest woman ever go in space?" And the other contenders. Another, "Why is she moaning? I can't unhear that. God."
Losers.
Losers. Oh my gosh, her words were, "Oh my God, this is our planet. This is space."
She's an achiever. She's achieving something, and these losers are sitting at home in their underwear.
The responses were so hurtful that Calandrelli, instead of basking in the feet, said on Instagram that she was in tears flying home after the mission. "This all happened as I was flying home after experiencing the most perfect, wonderful, dream-achieving experience of my life. And instead of being on cloud 9, I'm crying in my seat, staring out the window. Because, of course, this happened. Of course, I should have expected this." She said she texted other female astronauts, her space sisters, for advice. They comforted her and told her she has nothing to be embarrassed of. "I had to take a moment to feminize myself, if I'm being quite honest, but I refuse to give much time to the small men on the internet. I feel experiences in my soul. It's a trait I got from my father. We feel every emotion deeply, and what a beautiful way that is to experience life. That joy is tattooed in my heart. I will not apologize or feel weird about my reaction. It's wholly mine, and I love it." When she left the airplane home after a mission, she was recognized by female flight attendants who saw that she had been crying. The flight attendant said, "Don't let them dull your shine." She's better known online as Space Gal, New York Times bestselling author, Emmy-nominated TV host. Talk about space and science. And she said she would love to take her kids, raise thousands of dollars for charities in the process.
She's already a TV host, everything like that, and I hate to throw stones here, but she should have a tougher skin at this point because there's losers out there.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the other thing is, I'm sure it's not just a man thing, and I hate for her to think she's got to be a feminist now because men are pigs. I know it's just, geez, it's freaking social media stuff.
Yeah, it's losers.
And again, in fact, one quick, I know I'm late, Flounder. Can I take 20 or 30 seconds here? I was listening to Miss Bella was on, I forgot whether it was this morning or yesterday, talking about, talking about the election results and so forth. And one of her, Bella's like 20 years old, and she's, and she was describing from her standpoint, she said, well, the problem with the election and talking about going to Thanksgiving dinner stuff, she said, the biggest thing is my phone is exploding with all my social media friends telling me that I should not go to dinner, or I should do this or shouldn't do that. The reaction that the young people get is all on their phone. The reaction, all the stuff is whether they should go to dinner or not is all on their phone. You don't know these people.
They're not your friends.
Yeah, you have 2,000 followers. You don't know who they are. But again, all the people on phone said I shouldn't go see my family this week. Don't listen to them. But again, that's what they have to deal with. What a change in our culture. Well,
put it down.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Just put down your phone, you girls. Yeah, they could. They could, probably. That's funny. 416, different feed flow. You almost have me there for a second. I swear to God. You almost have. I swear to God. 416. Oh, yeah, well, just stop. Yeah. Hey, just say no.
Stop playing with that.
Just say no.
Put it down.
Let somebody else have a chance.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
While college graduates with worthless degrees are asking us to pay off their student loans, I want to see if you can wrap your head around this one. At the University of Maryland, they want students to figure out how fatness and blackness intersect to create a social justice issue. Intro to Fat Studies, Fatness, Blackness, and Their Intersections. That's the name of the course. It's worth 3 credits toward graduation. The course description says it examines fatness as an area of human difference subject to privilege and discrimination that intersects with other systems of oppression based on gender, race, class, sexual orientation, and ability. Though we will look at fatness as intersectional, this course will particularly highlight the relationship between fatness and blackness. We approach this area of study through an interdisciplinary humanities and social science lens, which emphasizes fatness as a social justice issue. Okay, now here's a new word for you. The course closes with an examination of fat liberation as liberation for all bodies, with a particular emphasis on performing arts and activism, and a vehicle for liberation and challenging fatmesia. What the hell is fatmesia? Well, it's also called fatphobia or sizeism. It's a systematized discrimination or antagonism directed against fat bodies. Or, in other words, fat asses. And these students who study fatmesia want you to pay off their student loans. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Georgia Tech men's basketball single game tickets are now on sale after home wins over Duke and North Carolina last year. Head coach Damon Stoudemire and the Yellow Jackets are set to take flight and swarm the ACC once again. Kelly strides up the right sideline, sets up Coleman into the right corner. Reeves a three, good! And that was with a hand in his face. Don't miss a moment of the action in the Thriller Dome this year by getting your tickets today at RamlinRec.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers like Jennifer and the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated nearly $320 million to charities like the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community. And during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event, you can drive away in the Subaru model you've had your eye on all year. But now through January 2nd is the only time you can get a new Subaru, and Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $250 to a charitable cause of your choosing. It's just one way that we share the love this holiday season. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com for details and start shopping for the Subaru that your family will love for years to come. Then come by and see us for a test drive and meet our staff. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Get ready for unfiltered conversations on The Janelle King Show, where we tackle the topics that you won't hear at your family gatherings, but they're absolutely crucial for a strong republic. Don't miss us live every Saturday at 3 p.m. and every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on Extra 106.3. But if you can't tune in, that's okay. You can catch new episodes every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. Join us for these discussions, and I can't wait to meet you there.
Howard, I mean, they're just backing down all the time. God. 421. Oh, God. God save the Queen. The King forever. Yeah. Anarchy. Wow.
Anarchy for the UK. It's coming sometime.
Anarchy in the UK, the Sex Pistols, 1978, released that single. Originally was in a plain black sleeve. The only Sex Pistols recording released by EMI. It went to number 38 on the singles chart, but it was way more important as a thing than number 38 on the list because of what it said and how they reacted to it. And that was before EMA dropped the group entirely in 1977, the next year. But this was Anarchy in the UK. And boy, did that make an impact.
Their first American show was here in Atlanta. It lasted like one song, and someone spit on Johnny, and Johnny started spitting back, and a riot ensued. They stopped the show.
Is that right?
And canceled the tour.
Oh, my God. I had no... I've canceled the tour?
I think it was the Great Southeast Music Hall, or it was Alex Cooley's Electric Ballroom, or one of those places.
Man, no
I forget
kidding.
where.
Holy cow. Wow. Anarchy in the UK there. I love it, Sex Pistols. On this day in history, an autistic trip down the rabbit hole. Charles Dodson, ring a bell? Well, here's the story. 1864, English mathematician and writer Charles Dodson presented a handwritten and illustrated manuscript called Alice's Adventures Underground. He gave it to his 12-year-old friend, Alice Plaisance Liddell. The book was later turned into Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, published under Dodson's pen name, Lewis Carroll. By the way, it includes a preference. He may have been autistic. They believe he was autistic. Again, this was before they actually diagnosed this stuff. He had a preference for routines, difficulty with social interactions, tendency toward mathematical, logical thinking. His writing probably influenced by his autism. They say Alice in Wonderland is a guide to the world of autistic children. He had a speech disorder, was partially deaf. Lewis Carroll lived before autism was diagnosed, so they're saying it's speculative. Other historical figures who apparently had autism include Hans Christian Andersen and Thomas Jefferson, as well as Elon Musk, among others. Anyway, that's Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. And was he really a
no? It was iffy. He liked the company of the young girl, and everything. And maybe it's because he was autistic. He wasn't thinking.
I think it was this that this is how he related, as how he communicated, because he was maybe that. I don't know. When I remember, what was the story? The famous autism. The movie. I hate this.
Who's in it? The guy with the face.
No, jeez. The guy started a school, and his daughter. It's The Town. Not The Town. The other one. A Ben Affleck. A Ben Affleck movie. It's a Ben Affleck movie, and he. No, it's the accountant. The accountant. And he's autistic.
Yes.
And it's a story of being autistic and how that grown woman related to the boy with the computer voice stuff. I mean, that's autism. And I think that's what Lewis Carroll was actually doing because he was therefore not a pedophile. So there you go. All right.
He started a school in The Accountant? Is that what you're trying to...
No. In the story,
he was a murderer.
You saw the movie. Well, he was an assassin, but in a good way.
A good assassin.
I mean, wasn't that funny? That's a great movie.
It is a very good movie.
And I'll tell you, Ben Affleck in The Town and The Accountant were two of the best movies I
underrated.
know.
I know he's got a bad private life, but the guy's an underrated director and actor. He is.
I mean, anyway. They got 425. Can repeat and flounder. 404-741-1230.
Outside of the Bourne Identity, name me a Matt Damon vehicle you liked.
You know what?
Ocean's 11 or something?
Well, he was good in Ocean's 11. He played kind of a goofy, sort of a sidekick, which made sense. But the other one that really amazed me was when he played, I never remember the name of it, he played the first American secret, the precursor to the CIA.
Burn this after reading.
No, that was a comedy. No, he wore glasses, and he was the first director of the CIA, but it was called...
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he was really a dour, sour character. His son got seduced by a chick who was a spy and stuff, and he had to, the thing would throw her out of an airplane or a helicopter. It was a really good movie. I can't remember the name of the damn thing. Okay. And it was a true story based on the first American leader of the spy agency, which what the hell was the name of the damn
OSS?
thing? OSS. It was the OSS. And
that's funny. Synchronicity and all this stuff. Yeah. I was talking to a friend last night. We were playing trivia, and he mentioned his father. Somebody worked at the OSS.
Really?
And you can go years without anyone mentioning that.
Yeah.
In 2 days in a row.
That is unbelievable. 427 already. Holy cow! How you doing?
Of course, he tried to kill me afterwards when he told me his dad worked at the OSS.
There you got it here. Anyway, if you have Thanksgiving stories or Thanksgiving plans, or if you're traveling, is the traffic good or bad? Are you at the airport? If you have anything to share with us, we'd love to talk with our friends.
What is this, the Rhino Show?
Kind of the Rhino Show. He's a poor bastard's got to do it again tomorrow while I'm alone, apparently.
We're going to be there for him tomorrow. We're going to call in.
That's right. We're going to, poor bastard, they abandoned his own team, abandoned him. Poor both of them said, we're out of here. So now maybe he's taking tomorrow off himself, and they're going to have to, I don't know, but I assume he'll be there tomorrow.
Be day drinking tomorrow.
So that'd be fine. So make sure you give him get a little support tomorrow, 6 to 10.
What's the phone number?
404-741-1230. 741-1230.
I have to remember that.
That's the number. Some good, and the woke front, a couple of good news things. A Missouri judge has found that the state ban preventing transgender surgeries and treatments for children, the ban is okay. It is constitutional. And the Supreme Court is going to take up the same kind of case out of Tennessee next week. So that all may be moot, depending on what the Supreme Court of the United States rules. So anyway, the evidence showed it was a medical ethics gender dysphoria treatment for children and adolescents. The evidence from the trial showed that the medical ethics of it is entirely unsettled, said the judge. We can't make a decision. Everything's still up in the air. No one knows for sure about what. Any person, including a minor, would be able to obtain anything from meth to ecstasy to abortion, so long as a single medical professional was willing to recommend it. That's the problem with this gender dysphoria thing. They can recommend anything just because one person says it's okay. The ban went into effect last year. It slaps penalties on physicians of $500,000 and stuff like that. And by the way, for the record, in 1 year, 2021, there were more than 4,200 hormone therapies for children as young as 6. Let me say that again. That they know of, 4,200 hormone treatment therapies to change your gender on minors as young as 6. Puberty blocker treatments for minors as young as 6, 1,400 and 300 mastectomies for gender dysphoria for girls as young as 13. Removed their breasts. removed the breasts of 13-year-old girls.
We need the names of those doctors and the hospitals doing it so they can sue the hell out of them.
And check this out. Diagnosed cases of gender dysphoria in minors. Okay? In 2017, again, this is, gee, are we just finding out more about this? Maybe we're grooming them for it. Here, check these figures. Cases of gender dysphoria in minors 6 years ago. In minors, 15,000. 4 years later, 42,000. That's a 400% increase.
Because there's money to be involved. They found money in it.
300% increase, sorry. My God.
It's money.
The Supreme Court hears oral arguments, a case of next week. Tennessee's prohibition on treatments for a minor to identify with or live as a purported identity inconsistent with their sex. Will a minor have a right to say, I don't want to be that gender and you can't stop me from changing? Holy cow. Now, there's no way they can allow a minor to make a decision on their body under age 18, can they?
There's two things at work here. There's money to be made in the medical community and the fact it cuts down on the human population, which is the main goal.
Yeah. I mean, this is just freaking scary. But again, we'll have a court. We'll go to court. But here we're not even close to the end with all this kind of stuff. Oh, my God, 4:31 already. Oh, sorry, Flounder. 4:31. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Happy Tuesday. Thanksgiving stuff coming up here. And your calls. And more DEI rollback, too. Good news.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on this station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's November 26th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. Today is National Cake Day. Now, honestly, who doesn't love cake? Whether celebrating a birthday, the joy of a wedding, a religious celebration, or even an afternoon get-together of adults, what do people eat on those occasions? Not pie, cake. And whether your favorite cake is golden, chocolate, or red velvet, there's no limit on the ways you can enjoy a delicious slice. Just remember, for all you home bakers, make sure to check the middle of the cake to make sure it's baked all the way through. Also on this date, in 1942...
Hilda, I'm no good at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of 3 little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world.
The classic romantic film Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, premiered in New York City. If it's your birthday today, you share it with Peanuts gang creator, cartoonist Charles M. Schultz, born in 1922. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
If you love news and talk, you have to connect with the biggest personalities in the South at thepodcastpark.com. It's more original Atlanta content from Atlanta's hometown talk crew. From legal news to sports and politics, and even archives of interviews from years past. Find the podcast that you love and subscribe everywhere you get podcasts.
Yeah, look out. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Peyton Flounder and the New York Dolls. I know nothing about that. I know the name, and we played them before.
Very influential.
Really? Glam metal, I think they call this kind of stuff. 1973, the New York Dolls make their British debut in London. The band, formed in New York in 1971, influenced the look of many new wave and 1980s era glam metal groups. I don't know what that means.
It's like Bowie type, but metal version.
The kind of that
harder rock. Lou Reed, Transformer type stuff.
We have a little phone action here.
A good old Rick the Painter's on to please us.
I can't even believe it. Rick, you're on the radio, man. Happy Tuesday. What's going on?
Hey, happy Tuesday, brother. Hey, I got a little Thanksgiving thing. You was talking about Thanksgiving family stories. That happened to me last Thanksgiving, actually. We were all sitting around. It was about 15 or 20 of us, big family, and we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And somebody was saying, hey, Rick, why don't you lighten this Thanksgiving up with a little something funny for us?
Funny,
I said, okay. So I opened up my wallet, showed him my paycheck stub.
Hey, ho, and they started, oh, boy, I can't believe it. Hey, ho. Oh, I love those humiliating ones where they try to.
I always have high hopes for this.
Rick the Painter right there. Keep painting, Rick. Is it the outside of the house or, no, probably maybe illustrator? I don't know.
We'll be done Monday.
Yeah, it's all over.
Scotty the window guy wants to talk to you now.
Oh, it's a double. It's a double fecta. What do they call it? It's a daily double. There you go. Hey, Scotty the window guy, you're on the radio, man. What's up?
Hey, Semper Fi. Welcome home. Thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kimmer's YouTube Mafia.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, you, Davis, Flounder, Miss Veronica. I hope all of you and your families and YouTube Mafia have a blessed and safe, happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you. You and your special missus there, too, Scotty the window guy. And I hope you have not only a great holiday, but a good season the whole way through Christmas and everything else, too.
I think it's going to be better than last year.
Almost has to be.
You guys take care, and love the show. You
Thanks,
guys
Scott. Appreciate it. You're very kind. Thanks, Scotty. 437. Our birthday list includes Scott Adsil. You don't know the name, but he's that bald-headed guy, played Pete Hornberger on 30 Rock. He was a program director. Good. Scott Adsil, I don't know what he's been in beside. He's 59.
He did the voice. Was it the Big Sick? What was that cartoon, Flounder? That was the big white robot, medical robot that helped the kid. It's a little confused. It's called the Big Six, or gosh, I forget the name. It was a big hit. The kids love it. And he voices the robot. He does a really good job.
He was great on 30 Rock. Again, 30 Rock's one of the great series of all time.
As woke and stupid as it was, and
Alec Baldwin was one of the great character actors in comedy of as good as anybody on Cheers or Seinfeld or anything else. He was a great actor in that series.
My only problem was that local kid from somewhere, Conyers or whatever, making fun of Stone Mountain.
No, I know what
calling Stone Mountain, it was a city full of pig farmers. Yeah. Stone Mountain has been black run and mostly black for 30 years now.
Kid.
There are my entire life I never knew any pig farmers in Stone Mountain. It showed a complete ignorance of the area, but because you could have picked a town further out. Yeah, there's pigs there. There aren't any pigs in Stone Mountain, man.
Well, it was just the name Stone Mountain because of back history and the name Stone Mountain.
Yankees not knowing squat about the South.
Yeah, true, absolutely.
And he should have said something about it. That Braswell, whatever. He should have said, "Come on, man, that's not cool."
I know, I agree. But again, I can't believe that it wasn't more offensive than that. To be honest with you, as liberal as
it was funny though.
It was a very funny show. And let's see, on this day in 1952, it was the first full-length 3D color movie. Buona Devil. I'm not making that up. 1952, Buona Devil. The audience was required to wear special Polaroid viewers. It started the 3D movie craze, also setting for the iconic Life magazine photo of the audience wearing 3D glasses taken during the movie's premiere. Have you seen that photograph? One of the most famous photographs in the world is a picture. It was in Life magazine. I think it might have been the cover. And it showed from the screen looking into the audience.
Yeah.
And all you see was the 3D glasses and the like that. Was hysterical. One of the great iconic photographs of all time. And that was from the first 3D movie. The movie Buona Devil was based on a true story about two man-eating lions who would drag railroad construction workers from their tents at night and then eat them somewhere else. It was produced at a cost of $400,000, made more than $2.7 million at the box office, and this is 1952. Its advertising featured the tagline, quote, "The miracle of the age, a lion in your lap, a lover in your arms."
That's The Ghost of the Darkness.
The Ghost of the Darkness, yeah.
Which is a great film. Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, yeah. And
that's
the lion.
True
and
story.
That was scary, and I didn't think it would be, but it was at the end of that when he came pouncing out. Yeah, it was scary.
And you know where those lions are now?
I do not know.
They in the Chicago National
what
do you call that museum they have up there of natural history?
Natural history.
The lions are stuffed and in there.
Oh my God!
Yeah. That's the only reason I still want to go to Chicago to see those lions. Wow. Can you watch that movie? That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was, and I'll bet that was a remake of that.
A remake, yeah.
Now, officially, whether it was, I don't know, but obviously this was
a true story, which is scary,
based on a true story. Yeah, well, hell, I have a video popped up on my phone. A village in India, and people are walking around in the town square, and there's doors open of huts and things like that, and there's a 60-foot snake with his hood up, winding his way through the neighborhood, going into the houses, and people are just looking at it. I'm going, Jesus, holy criminy! I mean, the snake goes into somebody's house, and the people are just turning around looking at it.
National Geographic film one a few years ago showed the family sleeping on the floor, and the snakes would come in and go up against them because it was warm.
Yeah, it was warmer, yeah.
And it was like no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
One bite, you're dead in 10 seconds.
Jeez. In Vietnam, they call them cigarette snakes. Yeah. You got time to light a Lucky Strike, baby, because that's the ball game. Oh, my God.
Boom slang or whatever they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing scarier to me than a cobra.
Oh, I know.
And then they told Marlon Perkins goes, and they can spit venom in your face. It's like, what?
The first time I saw that on one of the animal thing I might have been with Marlon Perkins, and they literally had a guy wearing a full hazmat suit and a mask, and they had this video of the snake spitting the venom from it had to be 12 or 15 feet away. From the ground into the guy's eyes.
It's bad enough the damn thing is a snake that can do that.
Good Lord.
But it can spit at you.
And I saw that video, I'll bet you 30 or 40 years ago, and I don't remember ever seeing anything since that. Is that still snake around? I mean, I thought it was
they're cobras.
Unbelievable. 5:43, good Lord. I mean, seriously. Maybe some good news in the woke front. Guess who is rolling back their DEI didn't even earn it? Or didn't earn it. I guess I got that wrong. Didn't even it, I guess, supposed to give her away. Shut up.
It was such a good line.
It was so good for a while there. Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, this activist, this guy, Robbie Starbuck, he's doing some damage. And they're saying, well, we were going to do this anyway. Yeah, my ass you were. Walmart has now decided that they are going to make some changes. This guy Starbuck, who's the filmmaker activist who got all these other companies, which we'll talk about here in a second, to get unwoke of themselves. He outlined the changes Walmart's going to make, including taking away sexual and transgender products inappropriately marked toward children. And to review the grants they make to pride events and avoid funding sexualized content targeting kids. The company says, those violating policies, we've taken all those down now, like the chest binders, where little girls who didn't want to have their breast to look like a girl would bind their chest with binders targeted for children, girls.
They got foot binders too for them? For the Asian girls?
Yeah, they made their little ball holders. Remember the bathing suits with ball holders for girls who wanted to be boys? Oh, my God. They are not extending their racial equity center as a 5-year initiative. They've taken away the term Latinx. Yeah. By the way, that was the dumbest thing anyone ever came.
That.
Oh, they hate it. Since when we're what now?
It's an insult to
God. The DEI altogether is all gone in communications. This guy Starbuck got Ford and John Deere to change their stuff. Human Rights Campaign Corporate Equity Index is now gone. That used to gauge the policies. Again, companies would have the Human Rights Campaign Corporate Equality Index. And the companies would buy this or adhere to it. And here's what it did. It was a survey to report and gauge policies, practices, and benefits pertinent to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ plus employees. And you would be ranked and rated on those things in your company, as opposed to, success in the product you're making. That's just off the top of my head.
Alphabet Mafia bullies, and it finally took someone like Robbie Starbuck to stand up to the bully and say enough.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And that's Walmart, biggest company in America.
In Arkansas, putting up with that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, again, it's all money. Afraid to lose.
They thought they could make money doing it, and they were being threatened by the bullies.
Yeah. Also, you may have remember the case. I'll do it, and we got Mark on here. Also, the strap hanger case sounds familiar to me, like the Marine on the subway platform. I can't believe the people in New York have not learned their lesson. Wait to hear about this. So it's just out freaking outrageous. And the deputy who set a guy on fire, thank God they didn't blame the deputy this time. The guy was asking for it. Thank God that jury has come to its senses. Okay, we got it all coming up. 4:46, Kim, Repeat, and Flounder. Happy Tuesday. Thanksgiving week, and we'll celebrate more Thanksgiving stuff here shortly. And your calls, 404-741-1230. Kim, Repeat, and Flounder. How's it going?
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
If I had a wish for you, I would wish that you had a friend like Bernie Marcus, the founder of Home Depot, who passed away. What he did for Atlanta and Georgia is unmeasurable. A great man. I'll miss him dearly. So will the entire state.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Hey, y'all, the time to start wrapping up those fall lawn care needs is now. Let's get that work finished with the help of an Exmark mower from Howard Brothers. Exmark's durability and precision will keep your lawn looking its best, even as the seasons change. From leaves to late season growth, Exmark mowers cut through it all, helping you finish the lawn work faster. Stop by your local Howard Brothers for your new Exmark today. Their friendly team can tell you all about why Exmark is the perfect mower for your needs this season and beyond.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but the cold air is coming fast. That means a couple different things to me and you. Energy bills will be rising and company coming over for the holidays. Dan Watkins here with all Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. It's time to get your house ready for the winter air and your holiday visitors. The good news is that we have you covered for every opening in your home. So call us today to set up a free estimate with one of our amazing sales consultants. They'll help you pick out the perfect garage door, front door, and windows for your home.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Tune into your new favorite show that's redefining the A to Z's of marketing, the Marketing Mad Men. We'll take you behind the scenes of successful campaigns and reveal the strategies that win. We're not just talking about marketing, we're making it happen. From viral content creation to leveraging AI for customer engagement, our experts bring you to the cutting edge of industry. This is your playbook for market dominance. Tune in and transform your approach with actionable tips that could skyrocket your ROI. The Marketing Mad Men every Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on Extra 106.3.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed.
No more kowtowing around these idiots. A cult shaves their head. This mind virus has infected these people, filled them with propaganda that they spout back out. Let them go and play their games. Let them cry. Let them scream. Let's focus on fixing this country. When they come up to you and call you racist, go, whatever. Go shave your head.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hold everything. I got it here. Cream. He's cream. He's got cream. What's that?
I came in, you're screaming cream.
No, easy there, buddy. Easy. All right. Yeah, it was Cream on this day in 1968. Cream played their farewell concert at Royal Albert Hall in London. Also on the bill, Yes and Taste. The concert was filmed and released as Cream's farewell concert, often been criticized for both its mediocre sound, including the crap here, and visual effects during Ginger Baker's drum solo. He seems to change clothes at lightning speed because of careless post-editing. So it didn't turn out too well for the old Creamers there for their last concert thing with the thing there. And let's see, on this day in history, 1982, 42 years ago, Miles Davis married Cicely Tyson. Serial rapist Bill Cosby was the best man. Thank God they got divorced 6 years later. Apparently she found somebody better after only 6 years. She didn't have to string him along.
Didn't he hit her once or twice?
I think he might have popped her a couple of times. I don't know. Anyway, so he died 3 years later. She killed him, I guess, or something. Made him feel like he was dead. So he killed himself, or I don't know what happened. He's dead anyway, so that's the problem. All right, 3 supports at 451. With Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. All right, this is unbelievable. Here we go in New York City again. We just talked about the Marine case, and I don't know why that judge hasn't... they go back again after this week. The judge ought to automatically null-pros that case, throw it out, and if the jury comes back with a verdict of anything other than not guilty, the judge should overrule it entirely and just take it out of their hands. But that's a whole other story. You know, he was saving people's lives, stuff like that. Well, here we go again. Listen to this. A guy they call them strap hangers. These are guys riding the subway, and they're called strap hangers, even if they're not holding on to a strap hanging from the ceiling, you know, on the thing, okay, on the trains. A strap hanger was on the train. Alexander Rakin, a guy, kind of a pudgy-looking guy wearing glasses. He was in Manhattan going to his finance job. He sat down next to a guy named Barbie, a 34-year-old black guy named Barbie. The train took off. The car jolted. Rakin's knee, the guy in the glasses, jostled Barbie's, which set the assailant off. Apparently, my knee touched his knee, and that triggered him, Rakin said. He was very aggressive. I'm like saying, dude, chill. It's 8:30 in the morning. Take it easy. Who needs this? Just chill. Finally, the bad guy started staring at him. They stared each other down. Barbie, the bad guy, say, it's blanking done. Stop staring at me, and then make me chill. Shut the blank up. I ain't got time to go to jail today. And then he hit the guy in the face. He hit the guy with the glasses, sending his glasses flying. Here's what the rest of the story. The guy says, I was able to wrestle him to the ground after that, just kind of hold him. The craziest part was that, and this is literally upsetting, like I'm actually emotional about it, people on the train were trying to help him. He said it was the most insane thing. The guy who attacked him hit him in the face and attacked him. It was remarkable. He went from acting like such a thug, and then when I got him, he turned into such a little bitch right away. He's like, I can't breathe. Please let me go. Please let me go. I can't breathe.
You're so talking.
Somebody give me some water. I can't breathe. And people started giving him water. He said, I couldn't believe it. It was so insane. And then the people started shelling. He said, he started helping him. And the guy who got attacked with the glasses go flying, he said, they were like, dude, let him go. Let him go. I said, are you crazy? If I let him go, he's going to get up and hit me again. Nobody wants that. Unbelievable. So he had to hold the guy down until they got to the next station, and the cops finally took over. And he said, do you want to press charges? I said, yeah, why not? You know, he can't just walk around punching people. This guy's been charged with third-degree assault. He said, this is not surprising. It's not like it's changing. I saw the cities like this. You're in a constant danger of aggression or violent crime. It's not changing. It's reaffirming that that's the way this place is. And again, they were saying, oh, you're going to hurt him. And they gave him water. They started helping the guy who started the fight. Oh, my God.
If that whole place tips over tomorrow and sinks into the sea, honestly, I won't give a fuck. You know what?
Can you imagine having to run your life on a subway anyway?
No. It was bad enough,
seriously.
Marta was bad enough. Imagine that place.
Man. Now, when I used to live in Brookhaven and would go to the airport, I would park my car at the MARTA lot, which was like a mile away from my house, and take the train to the airport. And that was not anymore.
No, not anymore.
No, sir. I'm not going anywhere near anything anymore. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep doing it. It makes a noise when I hit the table.
Yeah.
You did. We both did it today.
I used to do it a lot, and I had to stop doing it.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't do that.
Okay. Now you made it official. God.
Doctor, it hurts when I do.
You going to tell Mr. Dickey? I know him personally at 454.
He's not here today.
No, he's not here today. Well, it's celebrating Thanksgiving with
There's
his family.
2 people still left out there. You got to hand it to them. There's one of the sales guys and one of the new management guys is here, and that's it. Everybody else is gone.
They can't see you.
I told him. I said,
they don't know you're here.
I said, last man standing.
It's not doing you any good.
Yeah,
nobody's answering the phone.
You're not impressing us.
Sorry. Oh, mercy. Oh, here, I was going to do this thing story. I don't want to do this. So I'm
don't do
that.
that.
I'm going to do this one
like
instead.
That
a case of finally telling the police officer you did the right thing. It was a bad situation. And even they tried to screw him again, much like the Marine they tried to screw, and the guy helping the wrong people in this other case. Well, here we go. Osceola County in Florida. I forgot where that was. A deputy sheriff, a county deputy sheriff, tackled a guy at a gas station after the guy had run a bunch of red lights, ridden on the sidewalk on his motorcycle, sped into oncoming traffic, and then stopped to try to refuel. The cop shouted to him, and he shouted to his partners, "Turn off the gas pump." And then there's an on-camera encounter where the police officer knocked the guy's bike over and soaked him accidentally with gasoline. That's when the cop raised his taser, and it apparently accidentally went off and ignited the guy on fire.
Whoops.
It set the bad guy on fire from his neck to his ankles. So the prosecutors charged the deputy with culpable negligence. Well, the jury says, no, sir, not guilty. He took the stand in his own defense. He said, I figured the guy had a gun. He was willing to use it. The prosecutors blamed the cop for escalating the situation. They said, well, there's no need to run for the guy like a cowboy and tackle him off his motorcycle. The end result of this was you knew what was going to happen with that when you ran across the parking lot. Yeah. Oh, so the cop is supposed to just let him get away because he runs faster? Give me a break. And the cop says, I would not have done anything differently, even with a horrific 2nd and 3rd degree burns over almost all this guy's body. The only parts of him that weren't touched and torched, the face because he had his mask on, his hands because he had his gloves on, and his feet because he had his boots on. Everything else is burned to smithereens. And his attorney says he barely made it survive. He has $7 million in medical expenses, and he's going to be life in jeopardy because of what had done all the scars to his tissue. If he was driving recklessly, then just charge him with that. You don't have to almost kill him and set him on fire. And the jury said, get out of here. He was asking for it. It was an accident. The cop didn't mean to do it, and he was just doing his freaking duties. When you're doing your duty, he had to get the bad guy and keep him off the road. Anyway,
it's like a scene from Justified where the guy pulls a gun on him. Yeah. He says, I don't think you know how firearms work. I've just sprayed you with gas.
457. Flounder's Funny, Snucky's Hoagies. Stacey,
right now we're on a couples diet. We're doing a diet together. We're on the portion control diet. That's the one we're on. If you don't know what the portion control diet is, that's where whatever you want, you just eat a lot less of it. You just eat this much instead of this much, just this much. If you've never been on the portion control diet, the most important part is once you're done with your really small meal, for the next half hour afterwards, out loud, you say how that was the perfect amount of food. It's key to the day. It doesn't work if you don't do that. You just walk around going, that was the perfect amount of food. That was the excellent amount. I'm not weighed down by too much sustenance or joy. This is the exact level I should be at. That's what you say on the outside. On the inside, you're like, that was just enough to piss me off, is what that was. That was just enough to get all my salivary glands going, and then it ended. But that's why it's important to do a couples day with 2 of you, because eventually one of you is going to crack. One of you, usually around day 3, day 4, one of you is going to just be like, I'm going to jam a Hershey bar up my ass, I think. And that's when the other person comes in and goes, no, baby, don't do it. Just split it with me. Just split it with me.
And who is that there, Flounder?
Mr. Zoltan Kazas.
Zoltan Kazas.
I'm probably pronouncing his last name incorrectly.
I don't remember that name, but I know I've heard him before. I think he's
played him before.
Guy. Yeah. 459, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Coming up, we'll do some more showbiz stuff about the new show as a Landman is coming up. And also the passing of Jim Abrams, who was 80 years old, the guy behind Airplane, Naked Gun, And with David Zucker and Jerry Zucker formed that trio of making fun of people in the 80s, the Naked Gun comedies, Police Squad, stuff like that. He passed away. Jim Abrams passed away at the age of 80. What a story of leaving us with Hot Shots. Remember the movie Charlie Sheen? Rambo spoof, yeah. Coming up on 5 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, Holy Crap at Sports, Flounder's Funnies, Pete's Tweets. We got to get Pete's Tweets. In fact, I told Flounder, let's do that. He said, okay, and I forgot. So there you go.
I forgot too.
5 o'clock, there we go. Look out.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
New hope for Mideast peace. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden announcing a ceasefire brokered by the U.S. in Lebanon just after Israel's cabinet approved it.
More than a year of conflict between Israel and Hezbollah will come to an end in Lebanon, President Biden says, after the two sides agreed to a U.S. proposed ceasefire.
What is left of Hezbollah and other terrorist organizations will not be allowed. Well, I emphasize, will not be allowed to threaten the security of Israel again.
The president says as Israeli forces and Hezbollah fighters withdraw, tens of thousands of civilians displaced on both sides of the border will return to their communities.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The U.S. also making another push for a ceasefire with Hamas in Gaza. Just hours before a ceasefire takes effect in Lebanon, another round of Israeli airstrikes with more evacuation warnings near Beirut. The other federal case against the president-elect has just been tossed out. A federal appeals court granting a motion by special counsel Jack Smith to dismiss the Trump classified documents case, a day after a federal judge threw out a federal election interference case, also at Smith's request, because the Justice Department does not prosecute sitting presidents. In the classified documents case, charges remain against two co-defendants. A trip to the southern U.S. border for incoming Trump border czar Tom Homan, visiting Texas National Guard members and troopers, along with Governor Greg Abbott, who said their work on the border is essential.
Texans are counting on you. Americans are counting on you.
Homan called them heroes and said work is already underway on Trump plans to secure the border, also offering a warning to anyone planning pushback.
It is a felony to knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. Don't test us. The nation wants a safe country.
Some Democratic governors and mayors have vowed to resist a mass deportation. The Thanksgiving rush hitting some snags at New Jersey's Newark Airport, a growing number of delays blamed on a regional shortage of air traffic controllers. America is listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog. Target. Road guards out. Stand by. Look out, it's only me. It's only the giver with Pete Davis and Flounder 503. Here's the number 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got all the newsy stuff and going for on stuff and Thanksgiving week. And, of course, we'll be here tomorrow and off a couple of days after that. And I'm inviting your phone calls if you have any Thanksgiving plans or things are going. In fact, if you're driving in traffic right now or you're at the airport and have a little update or something, we'd love to hear from you. 404-741-1230. And so we got the newsy stuff. Oh, by the way, do you ever put any stock in this so-called ceasefire? I guess they've worked out with Lebanon. That doesn't mean the end of the war's not over. I mean, they didn't say anything about Hamas or the
war's over
the
because
peninsula, right?
Israel's killed all of them.
Well, yeah. And by the way, it would pain me no end if President Crime Family child molester gets credit for anything involving peace in the Middle East.
This is not the main thing.
Yeah.
The main thing is Hamas and Palestine and Gaza.
Right. And that's not that I wanted to continue, but and again, the first comment you mentioned about this so-called ceasefire and everybody's all happy about it. Where are the hostages?
Yeah, where's our hostages from Hamas and Gaza? Where's our damn hostages?
There were still Americans missing. Am I not correct in that?
I think so.
Yeah. How is it possible that we don't have some kind of undercover SEAL assassination team to just go get them?
Why does Gaza still exist?
Yeah, why is it on the map? Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Even their fellow Muslim countries won't take them.
No, they won't. Oh, they have underground tunnels.
Egypt won't take them. Jordan kicked them out.
Yeah.
Lebanon was a peaceful country.
Yeah.
Beirut was the Paris of the East in the 70s, and then they made the mistake of letting Palestinians in.
Well, and look what happened in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, 505. So we got that going. I don't put any stock in anything. I'm glad if they have a ceasefire. Great. Fewer people die, but it doesn't mean the end of anything. And so I just don't believe anybody with anything. And most of it's politics anyway. And I can't wait for Donald Trump to end the Ukraine thing. And I wonder how that's going to come out because it's already predetermined. It's not going to be that they just stop fighting and forget the whole thing. Somebody's going to lose some land.
England and France are talking about possibly sending their troops in. Should we pull our monetary support? That's okay. Europe.
I understand.
That's
then it's yours. Then it's all yours.
You've done it twice before. This time we're not coming to help you.
Yeah, it's all yours. If you, I don't understand why would that?
Why is it always Europe pulls the rest of the world into their stupid fratricide?
Yeah, I know.
And the first one was all because the royals were all mad at each other. They inbred royals from Germany and England and France all mad at each other.
Well, and then, you got to say, well, Hitler doesn't seem like such a bad guy. 1937, 38. Let's go. We'll give him a chance, see what he can do to Europe. Neville Chamberlain and all those guys.
We should have never got involved in World War I. We should let the Germans control the continent and England control the seas and the ports, and there would have been no Hitler,
maybe, yeah,
no Holocaust, no Nazis.
Yeah, maybe so. 507, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here on 106.3. On this day, just for the record,
the trains would have run in time in Spain. Well, the Germans running everything.
Everybody had some good points on both sides.
There's 5 people on both sides.
Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, we'll fight for you, Mr. Prime Minister. If we go to war with you, we'll fight. If on the train, Mr. Prime Minister, we'll be happy to fight you for our country, says the little girl.
He'd already made up his mind.
I like my version better. Anyway, all right. On this day, and this was the day in 1789, President George Washington declared today as a day of general thanksgiving for the adoption of the U.S. Constitution. The first Thanksgiving was not to celebrate the Pilgrims' first harvest with the Indians. It was to celebrate the new country adopting our Constitution. I mean, think about that. That was the first thank you, God. And by the way, God was mentioned in these things. We'll get to that in a little bit later. Also, this was the first official national holiday of any kind in the new country. That was in 1789. Then in 1863, President Abe Lincoln proclaimed November 26th as a National Thanksgiving Day to be celebrated annually on the final Thursday of November. And then in 1942, Thanksgiving officially became the fourth Thursday in November period, and that's the ball game. Do you know how the Thanksgiving Day college football season started, kind of doing stuff? The first Thanksgiving college football game tradition? It started off after Rutgers and Princeton met in what's considered the first college football game in 1870, I think, 1869. Mm-hmm. 7 years after battling Rutgers and Princeton In the first college game played on Thanksgiving, fewer than 1,000 fans, mostly alumni and students, watched Yale take on, now we didn't see Bula Bula, Yale and Princeton before a sparse crowd in the mid-1880s. In 1876, Yale beat Princeton before that little teeny crowd in Hoboken, New Jersey. Yale won 2-0. It resembled rugby at the time. Less than 5 years later, college football's popularity surged. The rivalry had become a major event on the social calendar, thousands of fans filling the stands. 1873, college campuses in the Northeast incubated the sport. Princeton, Yale, Harvard, and Columbia formed the Intercollegiate Football Association, set the standard rules, set schedules, annual Thanksgiving game in New York between the teams with the best records from the previous season. Except for Harvard in 1883 and 1887, those teams were always Princeton and Yale. Became the biggest Thanksgiving events on college football campuses for the calendar. Anyway, so going back to the 1870s.
The Egg Bowl was usually played. I don't think we're doing it this year on Thanksgiving night, though.
The Egg Bowl?
The Egg Bowl, Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
I remember the term the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, that's they play for an egg. It's literally a bronze egg.
Yeah. Wow. 5'10", guy, Kim Repeat and Flounder, holy cow. Let's see. Oh, again, if you missed it earlier, NBC and they Frank Lutz have come out with some kind of a survey that shows, again, you're going to love this headline. I'll read you a couple of headlines here to see what you think about this. Thanksgiving dinner is historically affordable this year. Farm data shows holiday meal staples are collectively at their cheapest in nearly 40 years. And my favorite, the costs of this year's holiday feast, estimated at $58 for a 10-person gathering, or $5.81 a head, actually is down 5% from last year, the lowest since 2021. If your dollar had the same overall purchasing power as 1984, it would be the least expensive Thanksgiving meal in 40 years. Oh, really?
That's just a lie.
I mean, my God.
The meat alone this year is up astronomically.
Tell them what you just did.
Now, it's boar's head, so it's a little more expensive than normal.
But still, it's turkey.
It's turkey. It's a 2-pound turkey breast.
Yeah.
Already cooked. Yeah. $28.
That's $14 a pound for turkey. I mean, was it blessed first or?
Yeah, there's a priest who actually stood there and handed it to me. And you get the big ones. The big ones were like $8 a pound, I think, for the big ones. And they're uncooked. You got to do the work. Yeah. You got to put the energy behind that.
Who was it who told you that got a turkey and it was $50?
Patricia.
Yeah. $50. Holy cow. And by the way, Target and Aldi have lower price deals than last year. Target is offering a Thanksgiving meal for four for $20. A small turkey, canned vegetables, and stovetop stuffing. That's $20 at Target. Aldi has a $47 meal package for $10. Right. Walmart has the inflation-free Thanksgiving of 29 items for $56 for 8. Amazon Fresh has Thanksgiving discounts on turkey sides and desserts. 6 people for $5 a piece. If you're a Prime member, anyway. Well, here they say.
There's still Popeyes and Arby's. they do their fried turkey things.
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, if you've never had a fried turkey, it's different. I mean, I really don't like it because I kind of like the dark meat in the way that I like it with a special. Anyway, but it's good. It's different. I love deep fried food anyway. I mean, I don't know of a deep fried food I don't like.
You know where it came from? You know where fried chicken came from?
I do not know where they came
Scotland.
from.
That's right. And it was brought over to the south mainly by the Scottish people living in Appalachia.
With chicken? Were they chicken
people? They used to do chicken. Yeah, they would do their chicken and other things, and they deep fry stuff. Yeah.
I did not know that. 5:13, holy cow. And then holy crap at sports with Pete Davis. All coming up. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Here we go. It's almost Thanksgiving. Look out.
Hey,
it's Rhino from the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Every other ad that you see for a medicine, this may cause this, that, the other thing. You're like, good Lord, is that this maybe even worse? You ever notice that you don't see that on the COVID ads?
And do you know why? Because it's still under EUA.
So
they don't have to tell you
anything. And they're never going to take it out from there because they have to protect themselves.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer, or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers like Jennifer and the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated nearly $320 million to charities like the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community. And during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event, you can drive away in the Subaru model you've had your eye on all year. But now through January 2nd is the only time you can get a new Subaru, and Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $250 to a charitable cause of your choosing. It's just one way that we share the love this holiday season. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com for details and start shopping for the Subaru that your family will love for years to come. Then come by and see us for a test drive and meet our staff. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
What's up, Atlanta? It's Ben Burnett, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show. Each and every weekend, right here on Extra 106.3, we unpack all the week's events. We talk about all the issues with a local Atlanta-based flavor. You can catch me each and every weekend, Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at noon. If you ever miss an episode, you can go to the podcast park or wherever you download all of your content, and I'll be right there. Thanks for listening to the Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Butler Snow.
The end of the year is closing in, and with it, another tax year comes to an end. As you prepare to file your taxes, consider the efficiency of your tax strategy. Have you maximized your IRA and Roth contributions? Do you have an RMD strategy in place? Are you making moves now to maximize your future tax-free income? Not only is the year-end fast approaching, but the 2017 tax cuts sunset at the end of 2025, placing many Americans in a higher tax bracket. Don't just report your taxes, plan for them. Contact Master Plan Retirement Consultants now to create a retirement plan specifically designed for you. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation where we can illustrate your retirement outlook and create a plan together for your future. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Yeah, look out. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Branch Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit leebranch.com. It's 5:18. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Is anything scarier than looking up on a big screen and seeing James Carville looking down at you?
What a
weird skeleton-looking dude
he's got his big dark glasses and those headphones and the hat, and he's
crazy Cajun.
Jeez.
The Hawks fell at home to the Mavericks last night, 129-119. I know you had the Hawks.
I had the Hawks. I put
plus 5, something like
that.
More bad news today, though.
Yeah, really?
The NBA has fined the Hawks $100,000 for holding Trae Young out of an NBA Cup game, whatever the blank that is, November 12th against the Celtics.
Oh, and was he hurt or what?
The league investigation includes a report from an independent doctor saying Trae could have played.
Oh, really?
The Hawks won the game anyway. It's the only game Trey has missed this season. Huh. And then when he did play, they lost to the Celtics. Huh. Anyway.
Isn't that kind of?
I don't know why they held him out.
Are they saying you fake it? He faked it, or
no? They just
wanted the game
Hawks
day off.
Wanted a day. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, anyway,
former Braves hitting coach Kevin Seitzer to be hired as the new guy at the Mariners for the same position.
Oh, really? Well, good for him. Yeah.
Everybody wanted to coach North Carolina football next season. Step forward.
Or
not so fast. Mac Brown. Last week, Tar Heels head coach Mac said, "I'll be back next season. I'll be back." Yeah. Today, the University of North Carolina issued a statement that Mac Brown will not be back next season.
Not coming back.
Over 16 seasons, 2 stints in Chapel Hill, Brown won more games than any other coach there with 107.
Well.
And he went to Texas, and then he messed around and came back. He'll be on the sidelines for their game against NC State. Don't know if he'll coach the bowl game, though. So, have to see. Yeah. It's kind of a sad ending for Mac, but
he's got
it's time to go.
75 or 80 years old. I mean, he's got to be way up there.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Outside of the China virus year, Georgia Tech and Georgia played each other every year since 1925.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tech head coach Brent Key says there's nothing he hates more than Georgia football.
Oh, boy.
But UGA head coach Kirby Smart says, I don't get emotional about such things. Even though both men played at the schools they now coach.
Yeah, that's right.
He says there's no hate involved.
No. It's just
Takes the high road here.
Oh, well, yeah.
Georgia wide receiver Colby Young, who hasn't played for the Bulldogs since his arrest October 8th on misdemeanor charges of battery and assault on an unborn child, returned to practice Monday after being cleared to do so by the university's Equal Opportunity Office.
Well, sure,
Young will not be allowed to play in games until the legal matter is resolved. His arraignment scheduled state court in Athens December 10th.
Well.
The woman involved in an altercation that led to his arrest and suspension has retracted her statement to the Popo and requested that all criminal charges against him be dropped.
Yeah, they always do say that. Yeah.
Kind of a shame. So, how did they know it was an unborn baby if they're not really alive, as far as we're being told?
I know.
So, how did Sooners head coach Brent Venables celebrate after his big win over the Crimson Tide last Saturday?
Disney World, I'm guessing, or
in Oklahoma?
Maybe.
He took his $2 to the finest restaurant in Norman, Oklahoma.
Wow.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
He spent $94.
Oh, my God.
Fans are wondering how much food the Venables family consumed to rack up that kind of bill at Taco Bell.
Holy cow.
I don't think I've ever spent more than $20. $20 at Taco Bell.
$2, not $22.
2 small girls.
Wow.
All right. As one person says, how do 3 people spend $94 at Taco Bell? CBS Sports' Tom Fornelli declared $94 of Taco Bell could feed a town. Another said $94 worth of Taco Bell is terrifying. So how much comida or food can you purchase at a Taco Bell with 94 American dollars? I'll tell you. He could have gotten 40 tacos, 3 fountain drinks, and a side of chips and guacamole with enough change left over to pay the tax and get a box of adult Depends.
Well, then obviously there's a misprint somewhere. There's no way they ate 40 tacos and had money left over. My God. What's the most expensive thing on a Taco Bell menu? $5.99 or something for a
that's probably something more.
Well, for probably $10-12 these days. But still, you'd have to order, well, maybe if you order 5 or 10 of them. Well, there you go. I'll bet the big beef burrito thing's probably $9, and if you order 5 of those, that's $45 or $50 right there.
I'm starving now. ESPN mouthpiece Stephen A. Smith says history would have been changed had the NFL owners allowed Donald Trump to buy the Buffalo Bills several years ago. Yeah. He claims Trump ran for president to get back at him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
think that's true, but it's a fun story.
The tight end with the most receiving yards so far this season is former Bulldog and now Raiders Brock Bowers.
Saw him on the highlight again last weekend.
Pretty good. Poor bastard playing there, and he'll never hear from him.
What are they, 2-8 or something?
No, it's horrible. Former Falcon Jonnu Smith of the Dolphins is 5th this year. Falcons Kyle Pitts is 6th, 494 yards receiving. It's so bad right now with the Raiders that Mark Davis guy is slowly selling the team off to other people like Tom Brady.
Wow.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, now officially the poster boy for insanity. As remember Einstein described it?
Yeah.
When asked on the radio this morning if it was crazy to think head coach Mike McCarthy would get a contract extension, Jones replied, quote, I don't think that's crazy at all. That's not crazy, end quote.
Oh. Okay.
It's not
So
crazy.
he's happy with his coach.
It's downright bat guano loco is what that is.
There's no way they can keep
There's no way he can
going.
keep that guy. They will lose half their season ticket holders if they do that. Well, maybe
to
not,
say nothing of players who won't go play in Dallas.
Serious? Who would go play for that organization right now?
Yeah.
Not me. You know who would play there? Dion's kid and Travis Hunter.
God.
They go if they could take over. Chiefs defensive lineman Tershawn Wharton, known as the Turk, recorded 2 tackles in their win over the Panthers on Sunday. They barely got that win.
Yeah.
But his most important play came as he walked off the field. You hear about this? There's video. As the players headed to the locker room, a young Kansas City fan leaned over the railing of the stands to greet them and went head over heels and tumbled. Wharton rushed over and managed to catch the child before he was seriously hurt, lifted him back up to climb into the stands and return to his family. His teammate Carson Steele also helped catch the boy. It was an amazing feat that he just saw him and he took off and he caught him.
What are the chances? I mean, this a God thing. I mean,
that he happened to look up and see the kid fall. And that wasn't a long fall, but if he had hit his head, he could have killed him.
He broke a neck. Yeah. Paralyzed from the neck down. I mean, among other.
I don't understand. Some of those railings, especially on the high stadiums, they're always thought were a little low. Yeah. There's too much of a chance of someone tipping over going for a ball or something. I know. But anyway. The Dodgers' winner share of the postseason comes to how much? How much do they get for winning the World Series?
Share for winning World Series, $85,000.
Higher than that.
$107,000.
Higher than that.
$124,000. Higher. $800,000.
Now you're just talking crazy. $477,441.
Wow.
Yeah. The Braves, how much you think they got? They bounced in the first round, remember?
Oh, that you get paid for playoff stuff. That's
postseason,
right. $22,000.
Lower.
Oh my God, $18,000.
Lower.
$700.
$9,548.
Oh well,
which is a good Christmas.
Well, give it to the stadium boys. What do they call the shoe shine boys? What do they call them?
Suddenly it's 1948.
I'm sorry, that's all I can.
Bill Veeck has just bought the Cleveland Indians into the World Series against the Boston Braves.
The locker room boys, the attendants.
The locker room attendants. I don't think they call them shoe shine boys.
Boys anymore. Hey, but they shine all their shoes every night.
When you catch a MARTA train, you say, "Hey,
oh, shoe shine boy."
Is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo?
Oh, shoe shine boy.
Oh my God, shoe shine boy. When's the last time you saw a shoe shine boy? I saw
at
one
at the airport.
Yeah, at the airport.
They still have them at the airport.
They do.
I wonder how much they charge to shine your shoes in that little stand at the airport.
I don't think
it's got to be $10.
I've never gone to the airport with shoes that you could shine.
Right. Well, I did until the terrorists took over. But it's when I traveled in the 60s and 70s.
Now you have your Skechers ripoffs.
I love these fake shoes. I can't tell you how much I love these fake freaking shoes. Those aren't laces; they're fake.
Trivia question last night, which we missed, and I blew it. I blew the question for everybody.
Oh no!
In the 1920s,
yeah,
who came up with the first, what they would later call, sneakers? What company made the first?
U.S. Keds.
Bingo. Keds. And Walt said Keds, and I said, what about Converse? Because, Chuck Taylor's and stuff.
Oh, no, Converse is way later than Keds.
And unfortunately, we picked Converse.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm old. The first thing, I never think of, if you ask
I never
me
had Keds,
if you say what are the names of sneakers, I wouldn't even mention Converse. It wouldn't come out of my mouth.
Chuck Taylor's?
All of it. I wouldn't mention Chuck Taylor. All I'd mention is U.S. Keds. It's like the red flag, the little red wagon, the red flyer wagon. That's all.
Radio flyer.
Radio flyer, yeah.
Western Union.
U.S. Keds.
No, Western Auto. Western Auto.
Yeah, is that what it is? The Keds with a little red circle.
K-E-D-S, Keds.
Yeah.
College football tonight. I know you'll be all up for this. The Rockets at the Zips.
The Zips. The Kansas State Zips. Incredible.
You don't know who the Zips are?
I can't remember the Zips.
Akron.
Oh, Akron, Ohio, of course. Akron University.
And the Rockets are?
The Rockets are from West Tulsa.
Toledo,
West Toledo.
And you got the Golden Flash of
North Dakota.
Kent State
Golden Flash.
Golden Flash, they named it after what came out of the muzzle end of the National Guard.
Well, back in the old days where you could shoot the protesters who set your freaking ROTC building on fire.
Hey, don't throw rocks at them.
No, you shouldn't do that, really.
Kent State at Buffalo. What's Buffalo? University of Buffalo. What are they known as? What would you think?
The dancing insurance salesman of Buffalo, New York. The ice skating Tinkerbells.
Ice skating Tinkerbells. No, that's the minor league hockey team. The Buffalo Bulls.
Bulls, of course.
The Bulls. And their sports.
Oh, my God. Well, you're not quite done with sports yet, mister.
I hope so.
On this day in 1998, Hulk Hogan announced he's retiring from pro wrestling in 1998, would run for president in 2000. What? That's right.
He did?
4 years later, Hulk Hogan was back to wrestling. He's currently back home in the WWE.
Still wrestling?
Still wrestling, apparently.
Dang.
Although he's doing stuff with Donald Trump now, was doing the campaign stuff. So.
Is he?
And that was 98. He said he'd run for president in 2000. And then 13 years ago, 2011, NBA owners reached an agreement with the players to end their 5-month NBA lockout and let players have access to the team facility finally to begin their workouts. The delay of the 2011-2012 season was shortened from 82 to 66 games. 2011 NBA strike. Let's see, 529, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Oh, Jaguars trying to defend what it did to the Oh, my God.
Were they Bud Light?
Wait till you hear, talk about word salad.
Idiots.
Wait till you hear what how he's defending what's going on.
And he's 2 years behind. Everyone else is saying enough.
I know. I mean, if you talk about not learning a lesson, of course, they used to be owned by Ford. So I don't know. Maybe they're still, I don't even know if they're still owned by
Did they
Ford.
ever fix their electrical systems?
I don't think they did, no. And also, Miss Universe getting heat for the N-word. Well, then stop putting it in songs and playing it on the radio.
Yeah.
Maybe
I have no problem with her singing it.
My God. 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on your Tuesday. Look,
gorgeous.
It's starting to get dark. Here we go. Yeah. Just a knockout.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on Extra 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Atlanta Braves single game tickets for the 2025 season are now on sale. Get your tickets for some exciting matchups next season, like when the Phillies come to Truist Park during the opening homestand in April, followed by the Dodgers and Padres in May, the New York Yankees in July, and many more. Plus, select ticket packages are also available. So give the gift of Braves baseball this holiday season and surprise your loved ones with Braves tickets. Visit Braves.com/tickets today. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Looking for bold discussions on vital issues? Tune in to The Janelle King Show every Saturday at 3 p.m. with an encore episode every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on Extra 106.3, where we dive into kitchen table topics that are essential for a strong republic. Don't miss an episode, but if you do, it's all good because we have new podcasts that drop every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't miss out on these thought-provoking conversations.
Hey, Roswell. Looking for the perfect bite this football season? Head on over to Nucky's Hoagie's Roswell Corners, where every sandwich is crafted with love by us.
The Sub Sisters,
Stacy
and Shannon. Whether you're looking to cater a football tailgate party or grabbing lunch to go or dining in, we've got delicious Nucky's menu items for you. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagies, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, with the freshest ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell Corners on Woodstock Road your new favorite sandwich spot.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. The civilian world can be confusing, and veterans do not need to journey through it alone. When you reach out to the Warrior Alliance, we will guide you to the best-in-class resources that can lead you toward renewed purpose after serving our nation. Find out why thousands of warriors have found success after service after engaging with the Warrior Alliance. For assistance, go to thewarrioralliance.org or call 404-210-1776.
5:33, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. Coming up, something you'll really enjoy from the file of live entertainment. Jimi Hendrix, 1967, 10th date on a 16-date British tour of a package called Pink Floyd played alongside him. Jimi Hendrix Experience, The Move, The Nice, And the, is it Erie apparent? The Erie, E-I-R-E, Erie apparent. The Outer Limits and Amen Corner. My God, let me try that again. A 10-day tour, British package tour. The package included Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, The Move, The Nice, The Erie Apparent, The Outer Limits, and Amen Corner. This date at this night was the Palace Theatre, Manchester, and there were 2 shows a night, and there you go, Jimi Hendrix. Our birthday list includes Rich Little, impressionist extraordinaire. Who would have guessed he would outlive Jonathan Winters and Robin Williams? Rich Little is 86. I saw him when I was in the Marines at Camp Pendleton, California. He is one of the funniest guys, impressionists I have ever seen. And I saw him when one of the few people in the Marines I saw, entertainers doing shows and stuff. Although I did see Ed Begley in Vietnam. I never saw Bob Hope or Ann Margaret or anybody like that, but I saw Ed Begley.
You got the detour.
I did. In fact, I got a chance to talk with him for like a good, hour or something in the afternoon. It was a nice man, very nice man, and he looked just like he did in the movies. Anyway, and
nobody, they know his son. Nobody knows Ed Begley.
He was a huge hit in the 40s, 50s, 60s movie.
Yeah,
monster.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I just came up about people I've seen in the entertainers. Rich Little's 86, and back in the 1968, I thought it was pretty cool.
He did one impression. Nixon. That's all he had.
Oh, you don't know anything about
I remember seeing him as a kid. He was on Dean Martin. He was always on those shows. He had one impression. It was Tricky Dick. That was it.
He did one of the best Johnny Carsons in the history of the world, among other things.
Okay, he did Johnny. You're right. He did Johnny.
I can name a whole minute. Believe me.
Keep going. That's 2.
Yeah, thank you. On this day in 2017, amid allegations that he had groped women in the past, Minnesota Democratic Senator Al Franken said he was embarrassed and ashamed, but he looked forward to gradually regaining the trust of his voters. Yes, and then 2 weeks later, he announced he's resigning from the Senate. The first woman to come forward with complaints about Al Franken was a female radio host. She claimed Franken, the junior Democratic senator, groped her while she was sleeping on the military plane on the USO tour in 2006. You may have seen the picture. It was a photograph of him kind of pretending to feel her up while she was sleeping. She claimed he forcibly kissed her when they were practicing a performance for the troops overseas. She said, I felt disgusted and violated. Another girl, Lindsay Mentz, said he groped her posing for a photo at the Minnesota State Fair in 2010. And listen to this. The girl says, my husband stepped away from us to take the picture. I stand next to Senator Franken. He pulls me into him and moves his hand to my fanny. I was totally shocked. 8 women came up publicly saying he was groping them and kissing them and feeling them up. He issued a bunch of statements apologizing, saying most of the time he didn't even remember. But you'll recall the Me Too business, and this was when Al Franken had to quit. I mean, that's pretty serious. 2017, that was only 7 years ago.
But see, he came along the early days of Saturday Night Live where anything went. The sex was free. And
the summer of Al Franken or the year of Al Franken.
They were all sleeping with each other and it meant nothing. And
Oh, those were hot things going on. 5:37, and now, Flounder, it's up to you, sir. If we can take a pause here, ladies and gentlemen, for something you'll really enjoy if you are up to it. Me. Flounder at your leisure, sir. And now, another edition of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse. A special Thanksgiving Day edition where we endeavor to bring just the teeny, tiny, tedious little ray of otherwise dreariness into your miserable lives of you, the little people. Today's episode, and the dog goes meow. Yes, the scene. It's Thanksgiving morning at Ye Old Farmhouse. Farmer Brown strolls into his house with a Thanksgiving turkey still alive under his arm. The farmer looks at his wife and says,
"This is the pig I've been sleeping with."
Wife Brown looks at her husband and replies,
"That's a turkey, you idiot."
"I wasn't talking to you."
And scene. No, no! Oh, look at the YouTube people. They're standing and clapping. And no, keep your tops on, girls. God, they're throwing their bras. Oh, man. Honestly, this is our, you do us the joy of us having to give you a little something every turn. Honestly, I don't. And Thanksgiving, and boys, happy Thanksgiving with love from Not the Kimmers. Rainy Day Bad Tex Theater Playhouse. Another edition for you, the little people, on Thanksgiving. And see it again. That silly commercial with those blindfolded girls in the I love that commercial. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And every time it's on, I watch every second of it. And I turn up the volume so I can hear them say, "Oh, is he gone? Is he gone?" And by the way, the guy is wearing a dark blue suit and brown shoes.
Yeah.
Now they're dark brown shoes, so that's better. Dark shoes with a blue suit are fine, but dark brown. But again, the girl, that's gravité.
Is that
particle?
Is cologne back for guys?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is that a thing now? Because Johnny Depp's doing his. And
I haven't worn cologne since 1974.
I know.
When I had an Ankh.
Yeah, I was about to say you threw it out with your Ankh.
Jade
I'll have to get you some Axe.
Oh my God!
Axe body spray.
Remember Axe splash spray?
You know what? I accidentally someone gave me that a few years ago and actually sprayed some in my mouth when I was putting it on.
Oh.
So I spoke with an accent.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, that silly commercial with a glamorous girl, young girls, women.
All three of them are hot too.
It's stunning gowns and everything.
And the pearl necklaces.
And you know what? You know what does it? The girls. No. You know what it does it? Well, that too. Yeah. But you know what does it? The girls are blindfolding themselves.
You don't know that.
Oh, yes, I do. You can see them. You didn't notice it, but you noticed
at the beginning they put it on themselves?
You noticed it subconsciously. Now, think about that for a minute.
I did not notice it.
Yeah, well, when a girl doing her own blindfolding.
There's some women that are into that, the blindfold thing. That's not a bad thing.
Well, see if you can tell what I'm doing now.
Check it out with a feather?
You'll find out in a minute. I could probably. Anyway, 5:40. Okay, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. I silly commercial. I know, and I can't stop watching. It's just.
I know.
It's
something sexy about it.
It's very sexy, and because it's sort of innocent, and it's like nothing happens, but it's like they wish they would. It's just wishing some girl would swoon over you.
It's
really
femininity.
Yeah.
And used to sell a product. And you know what? We grew up with that, and that we like seeing that.
Not only that, by femininity, it means that they're willing, they've surrendered. They've already said, "Oh my God, I want to know this man. I mean, I want to be." I
don't know if they've surrendered.
Oh, well, I mean, it's
the game's still on.
Yeah.
The game's afoot.
Yeah, but they've already said, "I want this." He won. Yeah. He won. The last blonde said, "I want that." He got my attention. He's got me going.
It's pheromones, baby.
That's the old days, baby. And I was thinking the other day, there was a commercial on where it's for a phone company or something, and one of the girls says, talking to her girlfriend, and the girlfriend says, "Oh, yeah, I guess your boyfriend's over here getting ready to..." Is he on one knee getting a ring ready? Or so, yeah, so girls are hoping that they get married one day these days. Do you think any 18-year-old girl can't wait to get married? Just thinking about nothing else but getting married? 50 years ago, that was every girl's dream, a little playhouse and a Barbie doll house. You think girls any day, for between 18 and 30 are just wishing among nothing else more than wanting to get married.
You know those films on Facebook, you can go down the rabbit hole and just sit there for hours watching these films. There's a great one. This good-looking young girl comes in, she's holding a cat or a dog or something. She comes in the bathroom, the guy's holding up a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it says, "Will you marry me?" And she goes, "Oh my," she starts ventilating and everything, and he drops it into the water basin, and once the water hits it, it changes from "Will you marry me?" to "Will you make me a latte?" And she immediately goes, "What?" And she starts yelling at him and gets right in his face, "When are you going to marry me?"
Oh God! I just wonder. I mean, it's just a change. Things change so much.
I think it's going back that women, they can be strong and they have careers, but you know what? It's okay to be a woman.
God bless Veronica. I mean, Veronica and Flounder. And again,
she's got a career. She's got a head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
But
they're at the point where they know what they want, and they're done with anything else, worrying about what's next up. So I think that's fabulous. But again, I just wonder. I'll bet young girls don't sit around playing with dolls, wondering when they're going to get married.
Quit listening to the dried up husks that are cat women sitting at home alone.
Yeah, listen to Butker. There's
angry.
There's joy in being a part of a team.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. Speaking of marriage, 5:43. Welcome to the nightmare, my friends. But seriously, again, this Jaguar thing, if you didn't see the commercial, look it up, web it. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The Jaguar people, and again, talk about word salad. See if you can understand anything this guy says. Jaguar has a new logo and a new slogan, copy nothing. The video came out last week. It shows androgynous models in brightly covered over-the-top outfits, including a man wearing a freaking dress. And the slogans are create exuberant, live vivid, delete ordinary, stuff like that. The ad did not feature any cars. The Jaguar ad with a new thing did not feature any cars. It's had 160 million views. And people are saying, you've got to be kidding me. It's abandoned your legacy of high-performance sports cars and now some kind of brand gone woke business? Well, Jaguar Land Rover Managing Director Rawdon Glover, Rawdon, R-A-W-D-O-N, Rawdon Glover, defends the ad and says it was denied it was meant to send a woke message. He praised the attention as very positive. He's disappointed by the level of vile hatred and intolerance. Here's what he says. If we play in the same way that everybody else does, we'll just get drowned out. So we shouldn't turn up like an auto brand. We need to reestablish our brand and at a completely different price point, so we need to act differently. We wanted to move away from traditional automotive stereotypes. This is not a depiction of how we think our future customers are. We don't want to necessarily leave all of our customers behind, but we do need to attract a new customer base. I don't know what that means.
That's what Bud Light said. Yeah. Remember?
We need to attract a new customer base, but that by a guy in a dress for Jaguar? When I had my 66 XKE convertible, man, girls would stop at the corner and take me for a ride.
They think James Bond's driving it.
God.
Those are hot cars.
I mean, and again, I just
maybe not the new
now?
Ones.
Didn't he learn a lesson from all the other companies?
Obviously.
And today we just said Walmart is dropping all its DEI stuff. No more queer pride events. No more LGBTQ sponsorships.
Raw Dawn is more like Raw Dog.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. 5:45.
Who names their kid Raw Dawn?
Raw Dawn, yeah. Raw Dawn. Raw Dawn.
I think Raw Dawn fought Godzilla in one of the movies. Japan.
Yeah, he played it.
He destroyed Tokyo one time.
Raw Dog. It's 5:45 already. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? 404-741-1232.
Godzilla versus Raw Dog.
Look at that.
Following this historic election, the news from the left is louder than ever.
Toxic personalities don't have political affiliations.
Which means you need voices you can trust to make sense of it all. Extra 106.3 is dedicated to earning that trust every day with trusted local and national voices. Atlanta radio legends like Neil Bortz and The Kimmer and the international resources of Fox News. This is your community and your voice. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM.
As the year comes to a close, now is the perfect time to evaluate your estate plan to protect your hard-earned assets from the high tax rates. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to help you keep your assets secure for future generations. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid planning, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, we protect what matters most to you. Schedule a free legacy planning meeting today to discover how we can help families just like yours. Don't let the government decide how to spend your money. Contact us at 678-250-9355. 678-250-9355. Or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com. Nelson Elder Care Law, your partner in asset protection.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers like Jennifer and the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated nearly $320 million to charities like the ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels America, and the National Park Foundation. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community. And during the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event, you can drive away in the Subaru Subaru model you've had your eye on all year. But now through January 2nd is the only time you can get a new Subaru, and Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $250 to a charitable cause of your choosing. It's just one way that we share the love this holiday season. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com for details and start shopping for the Subaru that your family will love for years to come. Then come by and see us for a test drive and meet our staff. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
November 29th is Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Skip the mall lines, let them fight over the TVs while you save on Atlanta's best and brightest jewelry. It's our best sale of the year. We take some of our favorite fine jewelry pieces and place them ready to go in those signature D. Geller blue boxes all throughout our showrooms. Every beautiful piece of jewelry in a blue box is 20% off. Buy 2 pieces and get 40% off both. Buy 3 or more, get 60% off everything. There's no limits, so take care of all your stocking stuffers, all your under the tree showstoppers now, because you can get 60% off that whole Christmas jewelry list. You'll find everything from classic diamond hoops to unique gemstone necklaces to diamond wedding bands, all at the best deals of the year. D. Geller & Son has been Atlanta's holiday tradition since 1939. This Blue Box Friday, let us show you why with incredible jewelry at unbeatable prices. That's Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers this Friday in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. Learn more at dgeller.com.
Are you the type of consumer that likes to do your research before you choose a company? Well, then you need to join Dan Watkins, Chris Lolamy, and myself, Jim Niarchos, every Saturday morning at 9 for the All Four Seasons Home Show. We only vet local businesses with a proven history of integrity, competence, and solid customer service. The All Four Seasons Home Show helps you make a good consumer decision, save money, and not get ripped off. You can also follow our podcasts on Apple, Google, and Spotify. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Saturday mornings at 9, right here on Extra 106.3.
You want to get better at shooting without spending money on ammo or taking your valuable time at the range? Get yourself a Mantis X. 94% of shooters improve within 20 minutes of using Mantis X. I'm a good shot, and I improved dramatically in 20 minutes. The Mantis X is an at-home training system that you use with your own gun to do dry fire practice. It's very high-tech, but it's simple to use, and it will give you real-time feedback on your shooting technique. You attach it to your gun, kind of like a weapon light. You download the easy-to-use app, and you follow the instructions. That's it. You can use it at home, dry firing, or at the range with bullets in your gun if you want to spend that money. The U.S. Marines, Army, Special Forces all use Mantis X, and that's part of what makes them the most effective force in the world. I use Mantis X because I'm a gun owner, and I need to be able to hit my target in an emergency. Mantis X. You'll be shocked at how quickly you improve. MantisX.com. That's MantisX.com.
Dun, 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 dun. Early Johnny Cash, 1958. Bum, 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 bum.
Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights of
1958.
town. I wasted my time when I would try.
His debut.
'Cause when the lights have lost their glow, you cry.
Debut in the country chart with Cry, Cry, Cry. Made it to number 14. Johnny Cash's next 7 singles all make the top 10, including I Walk the Line, going to number 1. Also, There You Go went to number 1, too. I don't remember that song. Now, what was the one you did? I mean, named all the cities. Chattanooga, Nantucket. I think he's a lot.
I've been everywhere.
Boy named Sue. Yeah, that's it. To the phones, take priority. Kevin, you're on the radio. Happy Tuesday. Kevin. Oh, hey, what's going on, man? What's up?
Kevin! Hey! Timmer!
Yeah.
Wanted to take you back in time.
Take me
3
back.
colognes that I'm sure you're going to remember.
All right. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Remember the Old Spice in the white bottle with the little gray peg stopper?
Oh, yeah,
thing
the
that went
sailor.
on top of it?
The sailor-looking thing. Yeah, absolutely. Old Spice. And in fact, every kid got his dad Old Spice as a little boy just because that's what everybody did back. But I go way back before that, though, too. Anyway, go ahead. Keep going. You had some others, too. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aramis.
I did a commercial for Aramis in 1974 in New Orleans on the radio. They hired me to do commercials for Aramis, and I used to wear it. And I loved it because it had a fruity smell. It wasn't a gingery smell. It was a fruity smell, and I loved that fruity smell of cologne. I did, and I don't mind saying.
Yourself away with the fruity stuff, Timmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 3.
All right. Last one. Brute.
Oh, Brute, yeah,
Brute.
absolutely.
Oh,
Brute.
yeah.
Yeah, again. How about...
The green bottle with the little silver medallion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good looking. Yeah. How about Canoe?
Canoe?
Yeah.
How about English leather? Or My Man Wears Nothing at All? Remember that commercial? My Man wears English leather, or he wears nothing at all.
Canoe actually smelled good.
And Canoe is good. And also,
High Karate.
High Karate. Canoe and English leather.
The commercial was perfect.
There was some. What were the other ones too? No, that was hairspray.
Electric shave. But that was not really cologne.
God, what were the other cologne? What was the famous
anything
ones?
with Musk.
Yeah, Musk. Yeah. Anyway, Kevin, thanks for the memories, man. Yeah. And now, do you wear cologne? Has anybody wear cologne? I guess they do. They're selling it.
It's back, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, Kevin, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, another thing I thought of, one of the things about that silly commercial with the girls and the pretty girls in the evening gowns and stuff, one of the first parts is when she's one of the girls is on the stool and she's all excited and you can tell her and she says, "Are they going to tell us when he?" And he walks in. And she says, "Are they going to tell us when he?"
But they're actresses, Cameron.
I know, but I'm telling you, it's such a silly little thing. But it worked. I don't know what the key is. The key is that femininity, that they surrender to the guy just by smell. They want to be with him.
They're good looking. They're dressed well,
and they're classy, and they're not giggly stupid. But they're willing to let themselves be seduced by a man. Oh my God, that's it. That's really I'm sorry, Fawn, we keep banging on this thing. Clearly, I mean, they're obviously attractive people, but still, the women.
Which one would you pick? There's a diminutive young
the
brunette.
blonde. Yeah.
There's that hot blonde that looks like something out of a Playboy Center vote.
Blondes are nothing but trouble for Kimmer, apparently. So,
and then there's a really good-looking, dark-haired one.
Yeah, I kind of like the one who says, "Are they going to tell us?" Because she just naturally just went, got startled. And when you can startle a chick, man, you're in. Yeah. I know. I don't want to think it's an actress. It's somebody, it's a guy broke up with his girlfriend, and she said, "Well, I'll do this commercial, and maybe I'll find a new man, and then she has a chance to find a new man."
If you can make them gasp.
Yeah. Oh, gasping is much better. Oh, God.
To do that.
All right, Flounder, I'm running out of time. John McVie birthday. John McVie, Fleetwood Mac, 79 years old. Wow. Holy cow. And 1922, The Curse of the Boy King. Flounder, if you will, sir. Yes, King Tut. This day, 1922. Go play it.
They never thought it'd see people stand in line to see the boy King.
King Tut. Archaeologist.
Funky Tut. Did you do the monkey?
Archaeologist Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon look into King Tut's tomb, King Tutankhamun, for the first time. The Lord who financed the excavation died 5 months later because of an infected mosquito bite, which led everybody to speculate, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, that his death was caused by protections put in place by Tutankhamun's priests to guard the royal tomb. Mm-hmm. They had discovered it earlier that month in 1922.
They claim
the rest of them died too.
When he died in Egypt, that the same instant he died, his dog, his wolfhound back in England, started baying.
They're saying there's a thing to this. I mean, that's pretty, scary. 5:57, God, I can't believe it. Very quickly, Miss Universe, newly crowned Miss Universe, is getting in some heat. She's a Danish model. First time a Danish chick has ever won the crown, Miss Universe. Victoria Kingschen de Trelvenvigning was mouthing lyrics to Empire State of Mind on TikTok, filming on top of the Empire State Building, and includes the N-word. She said, "I can't believe I'm witnessing this in real time." One social media guy said she used the N-word. "Girl, what? Hey, this is so crazy. They're going to take that crown." They debated whether she started lip-syncing after Jay-Z raps the N-word in the New York-themed song, and she was doing a theme video thing in the song and lip-syncing it, and I guess she lip-synced the N-word.
I don't care.
y'all are some haters. She clearly was smiling. And again, then stop using it.
Right.
Take it away. Take it all. Take all the songs off from everybody here. If that really is a thing now, then screw you. You're the ones who freaking use it.
I'm offended by that word.
No,
it's an English word. Anyone can use it if they want to, if you're going to keep using it.
And again, I don't use it. I've used it.
I hate that
30
word.
years ago. My parents would not. If my parents heard that word, oh my God.
That and the GD words, I hate both of those words.
I know.
But if you're going to use it in a song, do not complain if someone else sings it.
Right. It's not, please. So now they're all over her case, for God's sakes. All right. Oh, my God. 5:58. Flounders, Funnies, Nuckies, Hoagies is Stacey and Shannon, little sub-sisters. What they got there, Flounder? A little something there. A little comedy.
They told me if I was going to go hiking, I had to buy this bear spray. It's a real thing. It costs $60. Just so you guys know, this stuff, it's not like off. Like, you're supposed to spray the bear. Or like, you don't apply it to yourself like regular insect spray, which they should make that more clear on the can. Like, all it said was aim for the eyes. So I was hiking around there, and I didn't see any bears, the first day I didn't see anything because of that spray, but I didn't see any bears. Then I was looking online, and the TSA said you're not allowed to bring that bear spray on the plane because it's a weapon. It was $60, and I couldn't bring it home. So with 2 days left, I was like, somebody's getting sprayed. Like, I spent a lot of money on this bear spray. I'm going to use it. I wound up, I sprayed this old lady at the buffet. No, trust me, she had a lot of bear-like qualities. She was stumbling around. She was reaching for the honey at one point. Anybody would have mistaken her for a bear. She grabbed a salmon with 2 hands.
Who's that, Flounder?
That is Mr. Greg Warren.
I remember Greg Warren. Very funny guy. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to tell you a story about my run-in with an old lady with a cigarette dangling out of her mouth and a puppy in her lap driving a car almost ran me down in Publix. Coming up, but in the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Pete Davis and Flounder tomorrow, Hump Day, boys. Look out, Herb. Here we go. Stand by.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra. Every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on WFOM Marietta Extra 106.3.